This podcast episode, I am super excited about. It is a follow-up to the Secret Santa dinner that the camper ladies, or the camper families, really did with each other. This episode's with Sandy, Cathy, and Lynn, and we talk about the Secret Santa dinner that we had planned, and the good parts and the bad parts. They were mostly good. It was really fun, but it was a very fun journey all the way throughout with these ladies and their spouses. It was really fun. So I had several people ask me if we would do a follow-up episode about our Secret Santa dinner. So here it is. We also talk about Christmas Eve and our traditions and how much our kids are missing each other and how much we miss each other, and how we're just kind of over COVID. I think everybody is. I'm freaking over it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was really fun. We drink. I may have had a little to drink now that it's over, but it was really fun. We had a good time. So I hope you have a good time too. Thank you, everybody who bought the mechanic and the machine house shoes. They're just about sold out, which I think is really awesome. Thank you so much. And so many people have posted how much they love those shoes. I've got them on right now. I live in them because they're just so comfortable and you can wear them outside. I love them so much. Oh, and looks like I may have dog poop on the toe, which is pretty gross. But hey, such is life with two bull mastiffs. We talk about them too in this episode. But anyway, I really appreciate everybody who bought the shoes. And I talk about in this episode, I don't have any sponsors. I don't have a dog in the fight, but my friend Tanya Pete sells Beauty Counter, and I got this lip scrub. It's called Lip Polish, and it comes with this lip balm. It's like a 2-pack. It's in like a hot pink case. It is the best shit I've ever used. It's like made with sugar, and it scrubs your lips. And my lips are so chapped now in the winter that this is the best stuff I've ever used. So I brought it out tonight to show the ladies on the podcast because it's freaking awesome. So if you're looking for some lip shits, the Beauty Counter it comes in like a duo of the lip polish and lip balm. Highly recommend it. And again, they're not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsors. So it's just me telling you this stuff's really good. So I think this is coming out New Year's Eve. I hope everybody has a blessed new year. I hope that these vaccines are distributed fast and we can get back to seeing each other really soon. I miss my friends, and I know all of you miss your friends and your family members. And I know a lot of people have gone through some difficult financial times, and I'm just hoping and praying that everybody in the world has a better and blessed 2021. Thank you so much for almost 3 years of Wife of the Party. I can't even believe it's almost 3 years. That's just crazy. I've enjoyed every single episode. I can't think of an episode I haven't enjoyed. Thank you so much for everybody who's commented, who's emailed, who's shared. I really appreciate it. And I don't know. I just really like my friends, and I like talking to my friends and sharing them with people. And I like learning, and I like learning from people like Kristen and Jocelyn and so many other guests I've had. So thank you for supporting me for another year. And I hope that you enjoy another year of Wife of the Party, hopefully soon in my new studio, which would be awesome. So thank you so much. And I wish you Happy New Year and many blessings. And I hope you enjoyed this episode with the camper ladies, Cathy, Lynn, and Sandy. Oh, Lynn, this is your first drinking podcast. It's a train wreck. So get ready. Where's your old fashioned?
I'm drinking wine.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Halston.
Oh, wait, what's your good news, Halston?
Congratulations, because he got engaged.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Why do you have the ring on?
Because she proposed to me.
She did?
No fucking way.
Yep.
She
That's
did?
awesome.
Yep.
Wait, how?
Never in a million years did I think that this was going to happen, by the way. I just thought that we were doing a scavenger hunt for Christmas presents because we do that for a lot of different holidays. And she took me on a Forgetting Sarah Marshall themed scavenger hunt because that's like my favorite movie. And and all the clues were that had to do with the movie. And then the very last clue was a box that said, "Will you marry me?" And then she got down on one knee and then
Oh my God.
yeah,
So
asked me to
great.
marry her. And it was just shocking. Like, I'm still in shock about it.
By the way, that is the coolest, and
Yeah.
I have seen those go very fucking wrong when the chick does it. But because your chick is more attractive than you, that is the coolest fucking story ever.
Yeah.
No one's gonna hear that story and go, "She proposed." You're gonna go. Everyone's gonna go, "She proposed to you?"
Because,
Is that what it is?
You're adorable, Halston, but she's a freaking knockout.
Oh, don't say it. She's so out of
amazing.
your fucking league.
Same here. All of us.
I
Same
was
time,
way out
all
of her league, and she should have proposed to me.
So I was actually wondering about that. I was like, okay, I'm going to have a few of my friends. I know for sure they're going to give me a little bit of shit. And that's okay. But everyone has been like super excited and obviously supportive.
Yeah.
And I think Bert just nailed it. That's what it is.
It's because that's because, dude, you heard. I told you the story about the time the girl proposed to the guy on stage with me, right?
No.
I had the greatest fucking thing. I used to do it all the time. Whenever there's a proposal, I'd bring the guy on stage. We do a shot. Then we take our shirts off, and then I go, "Oh, let's bring your chick up. We'll blindfold her, and she's got to guess by feeling our chests which one is her boyfriend." And everyone will go nuts, right? Put the blindfold on the chick. Dude drops to a knee. Every time this fucking destroyed, dude drops to a knee and it fucking kills. Takes the blindfold off. "Will you marry me?" Tears. Everyone's losing their minds. So one night I'm in Columbus and Dave Stroop goes, "Hey, we got a proposal, front row." And I'm so confident. I go, "I got it." He goes, "Okay, all right, cool. You can do it." And I said, "Not a problem. Tell them it's done." And he goes, "I'll point out who they are before you go on stage." I go, "Awesome." So they bring me up on stage. Music starts. I start to walk up on stage. I go, "Oh, fuck, I never asked." So I go, Dave, which one?" And he goes, "Guy, girl, front row, girls proposing to the guy." And I went, "Wait, what?" And he goes, "Girls proposing to the guy." And I go, "Which one?" And he goes, "The girl that looks like an MMA fighter with the tiny guy." And I went, "Oh, fuck." So I get up on stage. I do my act. I go to do my bit where I go, "Hey, man, you want to come up on stage with me? And we'll take our shirts off." And I get them both up on stage, and none of it's making sense, right? Everyone's so confused. Why would he feel her chest and your chest and think they're the same people? But I got to get the blindfold on the guy, right? So I get the blindfold on the guy, and I say, "We're going to kiss his ear," and he's going to guess which one it is.
Oh my God.
And I put the blindfold on. And as soon as the blindfold goes on, the chick gets on her knee, and the whole room goes, "Oh."
No.
Take the blindfold off the guy,
Bless
looks
her
at her,
heart.
looks at me, and he goes, "Fuck you. Fuck you. Not cool, man."
Oh my
Oh,
God.
shit.
That's
She
terrible.
asked him to marry him, and he goes, "I guess." And
I
everyone
guess. Oh my
goes, "It was
God.
the worst fucking."
Oh, man.
Awful.
But you scored, Halston.
Oh,
You
yeah.
fucking scored.
You
You, by the way, you scored.
You did.
You are luckier than me, and I'm the luckiest man in the world.
I've been trying to tell you that, man. I've been trying to tell you.
You
All right, we're gonna go watch a James Bond movie. Enjoy your cocktails, lady.
Bye.
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 Well, thank
That's
you.
so exciting, Halston. I didn't know any of those details. Uh-oh. Someone let a dog in.
Matt, come on, let's go. Matt, come on, let's go.
That's so cool.
Thank you guys so much.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you
Where's
so
your
much.
drink?
Cheers and
Cheers.
I got some water.
congrats.
Congrats. That's so exciting.
Thank you guys so much.
No.
I'm still in shock about it. I don't have many words. You know, I'm just happy.
Here's a silly question. Did she call and ask your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
She did?
Yep. She called and asked her parents and my parents and my sister as well. She knows how close that we are. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Do any of you know Brooklyn?
I met her
Yeah.
once.
She is
I don't
so
know if I
lovely.
met her, but my kids know her. My girls.
Your kids were with my kids one night when Brooklyn was babysitting a couple years ago.
Yeah.
She's the nicest, loveliest human being. And she also happens to be so pretty. Like she's one of those total package chicks. She's just smart, bright, sweet, gentle, really fun, really laid back, really great. I'm so happy for you, Halston.
How old are you, Halston?
29. She's
Wow,
24.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow. She's young
Leanne,
chicken.
you're giving me
Spring chicken.
you're giving me chills, Leanne.
She is awesome, girl. You really did score. I mean, she scored also, clearly. But you guys are a good pair. You're really cute. I said before COVID, I used to see them walking around the neighborhood holding hands. It was really cute.
Oh,
They'd be at the stoplight at Gelson's like, oh, look. It's so cute.
Wait. They don't hold hands now because of COVID?
I don't think Halston leaves the house. And Brooklyn's been up in her hometown with her parents for months.
No, she came back in October,
Okay.
but she was there for 5 months. And then she came back in October for our 4-year anniversary. We went up to Big Bear, and then and she's been back ever since. And thank God. I mean, you know, we moved as well in that time from October. We moved into a bigger apartment, and just everything is just better. Like everything is just better now. It's wonderful. 2020 had a wonderful, happy ending for me. And, you know, it wasn't half bad for me, to be honest.
That's nice to hear.
That's good. Yeah, that's good to hear.
What a great thing to hear, because not a lot of people can say that about this year. That's great, Halston.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we're back, the camper ladies. You know, I got a lot of emails about the Sandy Secret Santa dinner, asking how it went and if we would do this podcast and talk about it. So let's talk about it. How'd it go, ladies?
Sorry, guys.
it was a good idea. It was fun.
Lynn, it was a good idea. I had a blast, actually. It was really fun. There was, you know, I don't know about you guys, but shortly after we decided to do this, Bert and I sat down. We had the Gruzins. So we came up with this meal that everybody would eat because you have a picky eater. So we're like, awesome. We are going to make triple meatloaf with like pork, veal, and beef. We're making potatoes au gratin, homemade mac and cheese from scratch. I'm going to make some homemade like cheddar cheese garlic biscuits. Like we had it all ready. Mm-hmm. Red velvet cake.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bam. Anybody else?
We did too. We had a menu planned. We're like, okay, this is good. We're happy with it. And then there's a Zoom call.
But wait. What was your menu?
Okay, so our menu was balsamic marinated skirt steak.
Nice.
Au gratin potatoes. I can't remember what vegetable we had. It was written down in carrot cake.
Nice. You had the Fromkins, right?
Yes, with no nuts. Of course, no nuts in the carrot cake.
No nuts.
Nut-free carrot cake.
Yeah. I think we were going to make homemade mac and cheese because I think your kids like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you would have given it away with your mac and cheese, though.
Yeah, you would have had to made it a different
recipe. A different kind of mac and cheese.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I had.
You would have given it away anyway.
Well, my name wasn't on the box, so that was good.
Yeah. So it kind of was. I had the Kreischers, and we had the whole menu plan. We were going to make brisket. So
you were trying to smoke screen us.
Yes. So they would think that is the Jews because they, you know.
The two Jew families always.
Yes, right? Brisket. Very safe. And,
that's so funny because, you know, when we first did this, I said the Hayslips have us and they're going to make brisket to try and trick us into thinking.
How did you know? How did you know?
Because I am very good friends with you, my friend. And I said,
Wait,
No one said anything. I just had a feeling. I was like, I have a feeling the Hayslips have us, and they're going to make brisket to try and trick us into thinking that is a Fromkin or a Grusin. I actually might have said that to Bert, but I definitely thought it to myself. So anyway, you're going to make brisket and gefilte fish and
yes.
No, latkes.
And latkes.
Yes. No, I had to consult with Barry. He gave me the whole menu.
Oh my God.
Give me the white person menu.
Yes, exactly. He said, I will give you my mom's recipe for the brisket.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Anyway, so and then what about the Fromkins? What were you going to make for us?
We didn't have the whole menu planned. Like we had a few ideas we were tossing around, but we hadn't planned the entire thing. Dessert. Yes, only dessert. No, I forget what it was. We were like debating between two main dishes, but I don't remember what they were. Like
chicken feet.
Sauteed chicken feet with pig uterus.
No, it definitely was not chicken feet. I don't remember. Like, but it wasn't set in stone.
Was it brisket?
It was not brisket. No. Neither of our options were brisket.
No, ours wasn't brisket either.
So because of the whole brisket, because Tom and I were like, okay, we're going to trick them. Then the Zoom call.
Yes. Then it's
your own fault.
Yes.
Quite frankly.
No, I didn't even know about this whole idea that he had. I had no idea.
You did
until
not?
the Zoom call. Nope.
Okay, so then this Zoom call was organized because we needed to establish some ground rules, right? We needed to establish that Sandy's first ground rule was you have to be able to eat it. Which the rest of us thought was kind of obvious as a ground rule. Here's a shoe. Have a good meal.
And then you can't buy it. Second rule.
Can't buy it.
But the rules actually you have to buy it.
Yeah, you have to cook it. You can't go to a restaurant and buy it and have it delivered. First, it has to be edible. Still, and you were so serious when you said it. Okay, first rule has to be edible. And I was like, yeah.
Because I was afraid that you guys going to make something for us that's like a stomach. You guys don't know
payback for Halloween.
Exactly. You don't know how to make a pig stomach. And then you're just going to boil the shit. And just like drop it off. Or
isn't it served raw? Wasn't mine raw?
Yes, you kind of.
Yes. It was blanched pig uterus. Yeah. I was just going to blanch your whole meal. Okay, first rule, you have to be edible. Second rule, you can't order it.
So stupid.
So stupid. And then the third is this when Tom threw the wrench in the monkey in the wrench? It
was like, 2 minutes into the Zoom call.
Yes. So, because remember when we had this podcast, I had said, "Don't worry, Tom Hayslip will have notes. He'll have notes." Yeah. He came in with a big note. So, what was the note? Now that we're all planned with our meals, what was the note?
He said, "Well, we have to do something that is you can't."
We have to level the playing field.
Level the playing field. Yeah, that was his word. He said we should make it like one type of food. Like everybody either make a brisket or French food. Then he threw in the French food. And then he said, we can do Chinese, but we have an advantage.
I don't think he mentioned brisket. He was all about the French food.
Yes, he was.
Started and ended with French food. And the middle was also French food. He was all about French food.
Yeah, we thought about like Thai,
Wait, I thought there was no wheat
food.
Yeah, I know. Involved in this.
No.
She had no idea.
During the call.
That sounds very suspicious.
I like it. No, I really had no idea, really, for sure. Because let me tell you, I had such a hard time with that French meal.
Oh, it was so hard.
Especially the dessert.
It was so hard. Your profiteroles were delicious. They were delicious. But they looked like they'd been dropped off a 4-story building.
I made that 3 times, Leanne. 3 times. 3 times. That shit. I made it 3 times. I baked that shit.
Why was it like open? All the profiteroles I've ever had have been like little balls. It looked more like this.
3 times, Leanne. She made them 3 times.
Stuff with this on top, like this.
It's the Chinese take on a profiterole.
Uh-huh.
Well, first Tom said we should make it with ice cream. Then we didn't know how to transport the ice cream.
Yeah.
Then I made the cream.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, but then
really
I had made it twice for that, and then I have to make the
pastry,
the dough, the pastry 3 times. And then he also went to get like store-bought because he didn't think I would come through. I said, it may not look good.
It tasted great.
It may not look good, but it tasted good. And I burned it. I burned the 4. No, I made 6. I burned a lot of it, but then I still use it because store-bought, Kylie said that it tastes like store-bought.
And it's cheating, right?
It's cheating, yes. But that was my backup because I didn't have any like shit to go with. I mean, it was just a disaster.
It wasn't a disaster. It tasted really good. Like the flavor.
But at the end, I was just like sweating. I'm like, just like, that's all I could concentrate. I'm like, you can do the rest of the meal.
Okay, so we made the full meal the night before as a test run. And because we made chicken fricassee, because we like, we have to make something the Gruzins, as many Gruzins. We weren't worried about you two and Carter. We were just worried about Sydney.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that Sydney could eat at least a majority of what we made. So we weren't going to, we looked at all this stuff that looked so complex and sauce. And I was like, she's not going to eat any of that. Let's just keep it really simple. Chicken fricassee, haricot vert, and I made a homemade French bread. And then we made this puff pastry, raspberry, mascarpone. I can never, it's like a moule fleur, something like that. Dessert. It's kind of like a French, what do you call those things that the English make? Trifle. It's kind of like a French.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious. And you made us French onion soup.
And we made you French onion soup. I forgot about that. Yeah. So we did a whole test run the night before. And we were so disappointed with the haricot vert because I looked up, I make French green beans all the time, but I wanted to make actual French. A French chef said, this is how you make your green beans. And that's what I wanted to do. And they sucked. They were so bad that they were like soggy and just no flavor. And so I pivoted and made my own version of French green beans. And then
wait, are you staying by the rule though? I need to, Tom?
Peter. Well, it was generally the same. It still had shallots. But I saute mine. I don't blanch them. I saute them, and he had you like blanching them, and then they just were gross. They had no flavor, but I like blister them instead. So
how was mine then? How was ours?
Great. Yours were excellent.
Because I blanched mine.
Yeah, mine. I don't know what we did, but it did not turn out. Wasn't happy with them. So, and then we made the fricassee, and I swear to God, the chicken had the flavor of a shoe. It was so bad. And so we were like, oh God, I'm glad we made it the night before because nothing was good. And we, again, looked up these French recipes from French chefs and followed it. So Bert was like, fuck that guy. I'm going to season the chicken the way I think it, with French herbs, the way I think it should be seasoned. And it was so much better. We tasted a little bit of it before we gave it to you. We just one chicken and tasted it. Was like, okay, this is better. But so I was so glad we did. So it was so much pressure. We actually made the whole meal twice.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
It was so hard.
Yeah. I wish we would have done that. I don't know.
I wish we would have too.
I don't know what ours tasted like. Sorry, Cathy.
It was delicious. It was really, really good. It was. Max actually woke up the next day and was like, can I have that beef again?
Oh, what did you make? I forgot.
So we made these French onion pastries because I figured everyone was going to make soup. And then I was like, well, if we give it like our little, things for soup, everyone's going to know it's us.
Right.
Because we've made flan in them before, or flan. So we made these little puff pastries that have French onion soup inside. Mm-hmm. And then we made, I'm going to slaughter this. I have never taken French. Beef bouillon.
Yeah, bouillon, whatever it's called.
Something like that. Yeah. So, yes. So I went through, I was like, you know what? I'm going to follow Julia Childs because she's like the most influential American, at the time that does French cooking. So I followed her recipe and it was like have bacon, but I had to like boil it, then take it out, then fry it. It was like so weird. I had no idea what it was going to taste like. And then I found, because we were going to do au gratin potatoes before, I found a French version of that. So they were like potatoes Delphine or something like that, but they're French au gratin potatoes. And then I was like, well, there's no vegetable. I was like, I need to make a salad. So I found like a French country salad that I thought had like a lemon Dijon dressing that I thought would be good across all the things, everyone. And then for dessert, we made, oh my God,
apple tart.
Oh, apple tart. Yeah.
And then the lemon mousse.
Yeah. Well, because I found we have a lemon tree and we had all these lemons and I was like, what am I going to do with it? So I was looking for like a French dessert that had lemons and I came around a lemon mousse and I was like, I've never made mousse before. And so I made it and I was like, it's weird because I just wasn't sure about the texture. So, and then Eric found that tart and it was really pretty. So he's like, well, I really want to make this tart. And I was like, okay, well, we already made both. Let's just give them both, whatever.
Well, I never tasted the lemon tart because I was so full. And the next day, Lily ate mine. She's like, I want this. I never got it, but apparently it was delicious.
Okay.
But is it the beef bourguignon? Is it a stew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the one thing that said, you can't go wrong with it. So I was like, okay.
It looked amazing.
The funny thing is, like,
it looked so good.
I thought everyone was going to make that. So I was like, we were trying to find something that not everyone was going to make. It was so good, Lynn. It was delicious.
Oh,
but was it over pasta or no?
2 days in a row. No pasta.
Just a stew, no pasta?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So I've like researched what you serve with that. And so some people were like these cheesy potatoes, but finding that specific French cheese, I was like, I'm never going to find that French cheese.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just going to give up on that. And then it's like, oh, the other potatoes, it's a perfect compliment. I was like, okay, here you go. So
the Delphine, right? The potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we make all our dish again for New Year's?
Would that be great?
No, we can pick something else.
Well, Bert kept saying, I don't understand why we didn't get one portion of each people's stuff to try. And I was like, this way more complicated. I mean,
because this wasn't complicated
already. It was so complicated. So, and then Sandy had us, and they made steak frite, and it was a New York strip. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think it was a New York strip, and it was
a ribeye steak. It was ribeye.
Really good. Not too salty. Thank you, Tom Hayes. Tom is known for over salting his meat.
I said to him, let me salt it because if you do it, they're going to know that's us.
Well, guess. And the haricot vert and French onion soup. And it was delicious. And it didn't taste like our French onion soup because we had our French onion soup, remember, the night before. That was the one dish we were like, knocked it out of the park. Do that exact same thing again. It was really good. But it didn't taste the same as yours. I think you used veal, right?
We used veal. He did it for 2 days, the broth.
Oh my gosh.
We did beef. We did beef broth.
He did both, I think.
Yours was richer. But ours
he went out last minute. We couldn't figure out how to transport it. He had to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and buy the bowls because all the bowls were like, the Christian's going to know it's us.
We did the same thing. We bought the bowls too for the Gruzins. I was like, we got to buy new bowls, and I'm buying all new Pyrex dishes, unlike the Pyrex dishes that we own. So I got like 6 French onion soup bowls because I was going to buy 4, and Bert was like, "What are you, stupid? Who buys 4 bowls?" And I went, "People who have 4 members in their family. Why would I buy 6? That's stupid." He's like, "Well, I'll buy 6." So he made me buy 6 French onion soup bowls. And then,
oh my goodness.
And we had to get like takeaway Tupperwares because all the Tupperwares, and he wanted me to drop off all the same Tupperware. I'm like, if I drop it off for them, they're going to know. If they don't use it, then they're going to know it's us.
Yes, totally.
Dumbass.
I know. So, and then Cathy had Sandy.
Hayslips, yep.
And what did you make?
I have no idea. We made some lamb.
Amazon box.
I know. That's the funniest part. So tell them what happened.
So hold on. First of all, we made some lamb something or other. Stephen was like, we have to make lamb. He was insistent. So I have no idea what it was. It was some sort of lamb
shank. Yeah. It was good.
And then we made a green bean recipe, which had pine nuts. So we were trying to throw you off a little bit.
That was a trick.
Yes.
See, I was like, okay, the Frankens would make that because it has pine nuts. Why would they go out and buy pine nuts just to? And
they're putting their life
that may be
for this challenge.
And of course, the way he thinks, he said, Viet Cong, the way he is, he's like, that's a trap. That's a trap.
I do have the other half of the pine nut bag if anyone would like. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them. So.
I said, that is something they're going to try to throw us off. And then the box.
Shut up about this stupid box.
Okay. But the funny thing was Tom was just saying out there because we still couldn't decide it was you. We sort of had an idea was the Fromkins, but then when you guys also said this and that, we're like, yeah, the label kind of gave it away. And then Kylie went to look at the label.
Oh, because
he didn't see it, and
that's hysterical.
It was Fromkins.
That's so funny. So what happened was, I felt very pressured to get everything ready at the same time and be able to transport it hot. So the last half hour was a little stressful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we had this whole plan about what box to put it in. So I grab the box, I rip the label off of it, and then we realize it doesn't fit. Like it holds one dish, which is not helpful because we have 5 or 6 dishes. Like it just doesn't work. So I turn around and I'm like, oh, look, Amazon. I grabbed the Amazon box. I forgot to take the label off. We left our dish on the front step with the giant, like, it is from us, glaring symbol.
Oh, so
super secret. Like, we're going to win this $100 by just leaving our name on the box.
Well, so on Wednesday, because Wednesday's our trash day, Eric goes, because we were trying to do a few things, but one was to throw everyone off. So we were like,
hold on, wait. On Wednesday, this competition was Saturday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Friday. Wait, was it?
On Wednesday,
Saturday. Yeah.
Eric drives over to the Kreischer's because he's going to go try to get a box out of your recycling because it's our trash day. So we could put our stuff in your box and deliver it to throw you off. But the recycling hit there before he got there. So we
just come to our house because clearly I had plenty of boxes around.
And then another thing that we were going to do.
That's diabolical.
So, and one of the other challenges, like we all had to put wine in our some kind of alcohol with our meal. So I found this drink recipe for what's like a French 75 or something, whatever the drink is. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. What if we did that? And Eric's like, we're the only ones that make cocktails. Everyone's going to know it's us. I said, but what if we had someone else drop them off at everybody's house? So like we had different people staking out your house, Sandy, your house, Lynn. Obviously we're going to your house, Cathy. And as soon as the other family drops the food off, they sneak in and just put the cocktail in their stuff.
That's sneaky.
So that's what we were going to do. But then we're like, no. So we didn't do it.
Oh, that was fun, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The whole thing, while very stressful and chaotic, was super fun.
It was really fun.
Like actually running around. The kids were so excited because one of Sandy or Tom's, or God only knows, somebody's rule was all 4 kids had to get in the car. That was you, right?
Yeah.
No, but okay. I'm not entirely sure this was your rule or this was you making sense of what Sandy was trying to say. Because I think that may be more accurate. You were trying to figure out how to like not get caught in dropping off food, right?
Yeah.
So Lynn was like, if everybody delivers the food, we all leave our house at 6:30. Every family member's in the car to go to deliver. Nobody's home and you can't see, right?
But hold on. Before you get to that.
Okay.
How many different versions of that? Maybe we meet at Whole Foods and then we all disperse evenly. At the same time, maybe.
So on that day, I forgot what we have planned. I forgot totally. And then I called Leanne. I said, well, so what are we supposed to do? Are we meeting all somewhere? I forgot.
And I said, no, I think we decided we're all leaving our houses at 6:30 and we can't come home till 7.
Right. And we had to be out for a half an hour.
And she said, Didn't somebody take notes from this meeting? I wasn't paying any attention.
So, Lynn, next time we have a Zoom call, you need to be taking notes.
You're the secretary.
And then sending it to us like by the minutes, okay?
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Really just sending it to Sandy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all remembered it. And then I texted everything out. And then Eric kept repeating what
no, this was so funny. I was just looking at this text.
That.
Wait, no, you want to hear? I just pulled up the text.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Number 1, you must use disable your Ring device. Number 2, all family members must be in the car when delivering. Number 3, provide a menu with your dinner as well as wine. Number 4, you cannot return home until 7 p.m. 7:10, we will have a Zoom, blah, blah, blah. My question is this. Sandy and I are confused. Do we simply leave our houses at 6:30 to deliver? Or are we meeting somewhere such as Whole Foods and dispersing from there? Like you guys are. And then hold on, it gets better. Hold on. This is the part that I was like, you have to be kidding me.
He says you have to be kidding me.
Sandy texts, I was thinking, to keep our meal warm, you guys know my door code. Should I just leave the oven on warm and you can stick our dinner in the stove? Just a thought. Like, we're supposed to walk in. And then it just devolves from there.
I mean, Lynn and I have attack dogs. Oh, you people, we've been in quarantine since we had that dog. He doesn't know who anybody is. He would freaking die. He would kill you. And then Widget would kill you. He would just take your calf and debone it. I mean, he'd just be dead.
He's very sweet.
At your house and at your house, but not at our houses.
Yeah. Tom even have it better. He said, go heat our stuff up and put the plates out.
And Tom was just like, yeah, can you
walk in and you just leave
it on the table?
I'm kind of over takeout. Could you just plate it for me? He said something like that. It was so I could walk in and sit down like a restaurant.
He said, and then he said, I said, what about the dogs? He said, take all your dogs with you to deliver the food. And I'm like, then they all will eat in the car. We'll attack the food, you dumbass.
It was really a fly by the moment plan. I know I had a side text with Cathy going, is she kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this really what this text chain is about? And I'm like, I know. We just can't keep anything straight in this group. We all get together.
It is, yeah.
It's really one person that can't keep things straight.
Who's that?
I don't know.
I wonder.
No idea.
Did you say me? Lynn, are you talking about me?
I don't think Lynn said that. I don't think she called names.
No.
I think sometimes all of you can get it all straight.
We can't.
Right?
No, Lynn is the one who takes notes. I do know that.
I'm the one who always has things straight.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She had no questions, by the way.
She had no questions.
She was the one who actually made it make sense.
She had no questions and was covert opting my trash. Trying to covert opt my trash. And how do we get other people involved in the scheme so that they can drop drinks off at all 4 houses at the same time?
Okay, so I was so confused by that and then linger until our Christmas Eve. Yeah. That when you guys
we're not done with our French dinner because we all leave at 6:30, but then some assholes start FaceTiming as we're driving.
Oh yes, that's you. That's you, Leanne. Oh, that's us. That's me. That's us. All of us.
No, we didn't answer.
Oh, Bert did it because he wanted to verify.
You guys were late.
He wanted to verify that everyone had left. And
you guys were 3 minutes late.
Everyone had left. Well, so we were 3 minutes late, but we did text and say we're running a little late. So
and Tom was very upset with that. He had to pull over. He said, they're not going by the rule. They're late.
Good grief. We at least let you know. We were 3 minutes late. It was like 6:33. So we're calling and we got Fromkin and Hayslip on the FaceTime. No Grusin.
Nope.
Radio silence.
Silence.
I'm like, that's very unlikely. That's why we had no FaceTime because we answered in the car. So there was no.
We were in the car too.
And so we weren't gonna answer because if there was only one person's house that you have to take a freeway to, And we were on the freeway. So we're like, if we answer it, you're going to know who it is. So we don't answer it. And then your kids, Leanne, start calling my kids.
Yes.
We're like, don't answer it. Don't answer it.
Because your friend Bert in the front seat goes, they're definitely getting a divorce. That's what he said. He went, this is bad. I mean, this is like divorce bad. No one in that car is answering. They're definitely getting a divorce. And I was like, I don't think so. We just
right. And this was 6:35. So God forbid that you were maybe 5 minutes late.
Right. Yeah. But we had you. So we were 2 minutes from our delivery. I mean, I live 2 minutes from my house. So we were like, well, we just needed to know you were gone.
Yeah.
So finally, I think Eric said we're radio silent.
Yeah.
Bert again was like, that's it. You know what that means? Divorce. They're divorcing. We spent the whole car ride thinking you guys
oh my God.
Fighting. He was convinced you were fighting.
No, because at like, we've been telling the kids, like, we're like, look, at 6:20, get your shoes on. We got to be out of here at 6:30. 6:25. Carter's passed out in his bed. And we're like, get your fucking shoes on. We got to go now. And so at 6:28, we're screaming at him because we're like, we promised 6:30, we're backing on that driveway. And he's just like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? I'm like, because there's rules. And the rule is you leave at 6:30.
Yeah.
It's not 6:35. It's not 6:33. It is 6:30.
Rule breaker.
Prices broke the rule.
Yeah.
6:33.
We needed the extra 3 minutes.
Sandy, they owe you $100.
Is that what it is?
According to Sandy's rules.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We didn't make any money from this.
No one made. Okay. So 6:30, everybody leaves except we leave at 6:33. The Gruzins are clearly getting divorced in this car ride. For my catastrophe thinker husband, who radio silence equals divorce, apparently.
I'll make the note of it now.
Oh my God. And then we just drive around the neighborhood looking at lights because we literally drove 2 blocks and then we're like, and scene. What do we do now? We just drove around and looked at lights. We had so much fun. The kids had so much fun. They loved every minute of the planning, and they didn't really help us cook, but they were in the kitchen with us and they were involved. They were helping us wrap everything up. They helped us rush it to the car. They were really into it. Were your kids really into it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stephen was like humming the Mission Impossible soundtrack as we were opening your front door. And my kids are like, Max is like got his hoodie on. He's like,
yes.
Like, they're not going to see you because we're leaving the label on the box. Like, they'll never know. But they were so like, they were like running in through the driveway. It was really, really fun. It was very cute.
My kids were like, whatever. But then when we got everything in the car, we started driving over, and after Carter lined up because he got in trouble.
Yeah. We
drive over to your house, Cathy, and it's dark. And I'm like, I'm not 100% sure what house it is in the dark.
And then Lenore comes out. Hey!
In her rope sandals.
Lenore's car. I was looking for her car because I was like, some type of indication that this is your house, because I just couldn't in the dark. Because your street is really dark.
Yes, it's very dark. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And then we walk up to the front porch and I was like, your Christmas tree's up. And usually you guys don't put your Christmas tree up that early, right?
We don't. No.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, there's a Christmas tree in the front window. But then we heard Delilah bark and we're like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is house. And we drove her away and I was like, I really hope that's a house.
If not, someone's getting a sweet treat.
Yeah, right.
The kids are like,
oh, there's no dinner there. No. Yeah. No, you got their house.
And the kids were like, no, it's their house. It's their house. And then Car's like, no, I remember because I was talking to Max the other day and he was talking about putting up the Christmas tree. I'm like, you guys were talking about putting up the Christmas tree? Like, that's a really random thing.
That sounds suspicious right there.
Boys to be talking about. But I was like, okay, well, damage is done. The package is dropped off. I really hope it's their house.
She put the tree up early to trick you.
Okay.
I did. I was thinking before we even had this. Yeah.
That was her digging through the garbage. Same. Right.
So because the Chryslers were late, 3 minutes, so we had to drive around, and then I was looking for chill champagne in case you guys didn't give me champagne. It's just wine, right? We talked about just wine, but I really wanted champagne, but we didn't have anything chill. So we're driving around, and then when we got to your house, Kylie's like, okay, because they're running late, they probably forgot to turn off their ring. God damn it. She's like, we should have wore our ski mask. So put on ski mask. He said, I bet you they did not turn off the ring.
We took it off the wall.
Oh, yeah. So she went with a towel like this. She's like, I'm going to just drop it and throw it over.
Oh my God.
Let me go first. I'm going to go first to make sure the ring is, off.
Disabled.
And then she got there and she's like, okay, come on in. And she waved us in.
Oh my God.
So funny. They got so into it. Our kids were laughing. They had so much fun. It was really fun. I think we should do it every year.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should do it every year.
Maybe no French. Maybe no French. No French. Take off the dessert.
No, no more French.
Take off the dessert.
You can just make whatever we want. Like, that'd be so much easier.
Yes, but then we'll give it away, really. Well, the Amazon box. No more Amazon box. Shit.
That might have been a dead ringer.
Okay, well, speaking of Amazon boxes.
Yeah.
So for Christmas Eve, oh my God. So Christmas Eve, you guys were all dropping off all the food, and we got everybody was dropping off food, sweets, everybody, besides the campers. We also were getting other
Oh
food
my
delivery,
God. So much stuff.
Oh shit. So, and I know that when I went to drop off the fried rice, the best part of the meal.
It is the best part of Christmas Eve.
So when we got to the Fromkin's house, we saw Georgia. We also had to deliver the kids' Secret Santa. They were also really excited about that. Right. And they didn't want to,
Okay, so hold on. For people who are watching this family, our kids have drawn names and given Secret Santas to each other every year on Christmas Eve. And obviously we can't do that this year. And I make chicken fried steak and gravy and biscuits. And Lynn makes a French toast casserole. Kathy brings some kind of fabulous dessert. And Sandy always makes fried rice, which is inarguably the best dish of the night. And so we decided we would just make our own signature dishes and deliver it to each house so we could have the same meal, even though we weren't going to be together. And at the same time, the kids would deliver their Secret Santas. But how do you keep it secret, right? Mm-hmm. How do you keep the Secret Santa? So Lynn's plan, I think it was Lynn's plan, was you drop off the gifts and then you text the adults saying, hey, the gifts, you have stuff on your porch, go get it. And the kids don't go get it, so they don't know who delivered it, right? Mm-hmm. That was the plan.
That was the plan.
So because I was busy dropping off my stuff to you guys, and then I ran into Georgia and Isla at the Fromkin's house.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, shit. Now, where are they going? So they live 360, Georgia and Isla. They're like, oh my God, they're going to come to the house. So our next stop was the Kreishers to drop off the fried rice and, the gifts. And then they're like, well, George is going to come home and see this. Anyway, we made it work and we got home. And when we got back to our house, there was so many stuff from the gifts, food, and I don't know who's. And there was the box with the ribbon on it. But I'm like, should I open this? Or there was other gifts. And then I looked in the bottom. There was a tag. It says Lynn Bruising. It's like an Amazon box. Right? It was
not for Amazon. I mean, think about it. If we did Amazon.
I said, I thought we're done with the French dinner. Why are we back at this again? And then I saw a text her. I said, so Lynn, should I open this box? Because I got your French casserole. So it says to you. And then she's like, what? That's not for me. I said, well, your name is on it. I'm like, should I open it? Because I was going to just stick all the gifts under the tree. Like anything that's with, under the tree. So, and I'm like, and she's like, that's not from me. I'm like, okay. So
I said, check with Leanne.
I said, check with, and then you were not responding that day.
Me?
You were busy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was cooking.
You were cooking. And then I was like, should I stick it under the tree? And I'm like, I don't know. So I asked her, I said, did you get your chicken fried steak? Because I didn't get mine yet. And then she said, yeah, open it. It comes with a big, bowl. I said, but it has your name on it. So I opened it. It was your chicken fried steak. Can you imagine I put it under the tree?
That would be funny. That would be pretty funny. Yeah, Georgia tied bows on everything. I don't know why. She just decided she would.
And it was sealed. It was sealed.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit.
I didn't know what she was doing. I was so busy that I was like, hey, because it actually worked really great to do it the way we did it for me. I had a very relaxing evening because I'd already done all the work and I could do it like kind of at my own pace instead of like, on Christmas Eve, there's about 50 people here and I have to cook all that stuff, all to be ready at the same time. And the volume of it is so great that it's really hard to actually do that. So I like cooked the steak and then I cooked the gravy and I had already cooked the biscuits and I was like kind of leisurely going through the day. But at the end, we had run out of time for some reason. I don't remember, something else was going on and I needed it all to be done. And I was like, all right, Georgia, back it up. Let's go. And she had tied ribbons around it. I didn't even know she did that. Had no idea.
Well, anyway, I opened it before Christmas Day.
Good call. So back to our Secret Santa dinner. Besides Cathy's obvious label, what tipped you off to who had your family? What tipped you off, Lynn? How'd you know it was us? Because we all knew almost immediately who had our family. Like all of us did. We knew before we got in the house.
Yeah, we did too.
Really?
Oh my God.
I did not look at the label on the box that you scratched out. It was like it was a bread. And it, like on the menu, someone had drew grapes, and I was like, that's Kreischer's. And Eric actually thought it was you guys when we did our last Zoom call, because Bert had said something like, he said something, and Eric's like, oh, they have us. And I was like, what?
Oh, God. Fucking Bert.
Good old Bert. Blow it, Bert.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny, actually. Because I thought I said something on the Zoom call, and I was like, oh, fuck, I think I just gave it away.
Oh, really?
I said I'm leaving it in an Amazon box.
With my name on it.
Well, when you get it, that's funny.
No, I said something else, and I really didn't mean it. Like, I don't know, but I was like, oh my God, that could so be interpreted that we have the Hayslips. But
oh, funny.
So mine was the bread.
Yeah.
I said to Bert, I can't buy bread. But I mean, I think that there's so much sauce in the chicken fricassee. They need something to put it on, like potatoes or bread or something. And Bert was like, you make such good bread, just make homemade bread. And I was like, okay, I can make homemade bread. That's no problem. And it's something I could make ahead and not have to do all at the same time. Bummer, the bread. Kathy, what gave
ours was for the Fromkins besides the Amazon box was your cutting board. I'm like, that cutting board, what's that French, the onion, what's that?
We made a French onion galette.
Galette, yeah.
So it's like a rustic sort of tart kind of thing.
Okay, I said this cutting board, it kind of belongs to the Fromkins or the Kreischers, actually.
I was like, we have to find like the most plain, beat up cutting board, and they all look the same, quite frankly. Yeah. But then when Tom tasted the galette, he's like, these sweet onions is Fromkins
signature,
like, because the pizza. Yeah.
They were not the same onions, though. That's interesting, but that's funny.
But the sweet kind of the onion,
they were caramelized. So yeah, it totally makes
he's
sense.
Like, that's the Fromkins.
Yeah.
Right off. So
maybe we know each other too well for this to be effective.
Oh, that may be true. So when we walked out, my kids got out of the car. They're like, it's Lynn. Literally. Why? We didn't even make it onto the porch, and it was Lynn. Okay. So we walk up. There's a gigantic box that is wrapped with the bow on it.
Oh, and yeah. Duh. Lynn.
Right? Okay. It's not
I can't help myself.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. So there's a statue of an Eiffel Tower that you can put a little candle in as a centerpiece.
There is.
Yeah, right? So you're like, of course it's Lynn. Everything is labeled in like this fancy French writing. And there's like these decorative little extra things. There's like a sleigh there that has stuff coming out of it. There's like a little Christmas platter. You're like, it's fucking Lynn. Like, there's no doubt. It's Lynn. Before, like, from the car, we knew that it was Lynn.
Car. We walked up and Georgia looked at the handwriting on the to-go boxes and went, that's Kylie Hayslip's handwriting. That's the Hayslip's handwriting. Yeah. It may not be Kylie's. She was convinced it was Kylie's. She was like, if it's not Kylie's, it's definitely a Hayslip's handwriting.
Oh, man.
And before we even got
it was all three of us trying to combine the writing. So to throw you guys off.
It didn't work.
I guess that didn't work. I should have just write it in Chinese.
That's definitely, my Chinese is really good.
I would have guessed Cathy. Chinese must be Cathy. Definitely. Yeah, they were like, oh, that. I mean, literally, Georgia walked up on the porch and went, that's a Hayslip handwriting. It's Hayslip. And I was like, oh, man, I think it is. And I had thought you had us anyway. You can go pee. Go pee.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go pee. Sandy just texted me, I have to go pee really bad. Go pee.
That's so funny. I was like, I need more wine. I'm going to go get some.
Get wine.
Get more wine.
Hey, it's not a big deal.
Oh, my God. She should just raise her hand.
I know, right? Can I go pee? I kind of a little bit have to pee too, but I don't usually drink on the podcast. So,
And I'm sorry, does Sandy have to pee every 45 seconds anyway?
Yes. She has the smallest bladder on the planet, except for her two children who have an even smaller bladder. Every road trip I've taken with them, I swear to God, every 45 minutes we have to pee. I swear to God. They have the bladder the size of a pea, like this big. She'll be back. But anyway, I thought it was a really fun game. I think we should do that every year.
It was super fun. I'm really glad we did it. It was very stressful. I mean, not very stressful, but it was definitely...
It was intense.
Yes, it was intense. There were pieces that were intense, but it was super fun.
It was really fun. I would totally do it again.
And it was actually really nice to see the kids laugh and be engaged.
And be connected, because it really connected them to the group. Even though they couldn't see each other, they knew they were doing it for this other family. You know, I've said this so many times. I don't know if I've said it really on this podcast, but I've said it in my household so many times that I feel very schmoopy. But we are really lucky to have these 4 groups of families who've had so many experiences together, and holidays and celebrations and parties for no reason, that I think that the 8 kids relationship is really unique, because they don't really have that much in common anymore. They don't really, in the beginning, they were all pretty good friends, but really the adults is what has kept this group together. It's not the kids, it's the adults, and we all get along and we all have fun, and the kids have fun. And I think it's pretty special. They're like urban cousins, and you don't like everybody all the time, and you don't get along with everybody all the time. But hey, I had cousins I didn't get along with either. So it's just kind of made this little family that we've all made. I think it's really cool and very special. And I know my kids on Christmas Eve were like, I just want to be with the campers. I just, that's all I want. And that's all they've ever had. I mean, how many years have we done Christmas Eve together? Years and years and years. So doing something like this, I think, was so multifaceted in fun and in importance in some ways, for the kids to know we're going to stay connected no matter what. We can't see each other, but look what Sandy basically has come up with, that we've all jumped on board and said, yeah, let's do this, because it's fun. It's something to do. And it keeps us all connected. And I think it really was a positive thing for all of us. But
you think it would change the game if we all met at like Whole Foods or at the park? And then you think the kids will be like, hey, I'm going to your house now.
I think it might have, because I think the mystery of not seeing each other.
It's of not getting caught. It's like they really did not want to get caught. So like, that's why we didn't answer the phone when we're on the phone, because we're like, no, we're on the freeway and there's only one house you could be going to if you're on the freeway.
Right.
Like, okay.
It was really cool. So I'm glad you came up with it, Sandy. It was entirely your idea.
It was a great idea.
It was a great idea.
What about New Year's Eve? What should we do?
I'm flying solo New Year's Eve. Bert's working, but I'm happy to do whatever. I'm kind of I'm kind of bummed about all this.
Okay, so should we drop off something for each one of you and say you have to guess who dropped it off for you? Which one is what? No, I'm just kidding.
A dessert, something that goes with champagne.
No dessert. No dessert.
Sandy, you make an appetizer. Everyone else will make a dessert.
Nothing that requires creaming butter.
Dude, that dessert. I mean, I said to Tom, I was like, why the fuck did you think of this French meal?
French is a hard dessert.
French is hard.
French is actually really hard for everything else, right? Yeah. There's a lot of butter. There's a lot of prep. It's a lot of sauce.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a lot of babysitting.
Yes.
There's a lot of babysitting, a lot of steps. A lot of steps to making that fricassee. I was like, wow, there's a lot of steps to this. It was really good, but we could have opened a can of cream and mushroom soup and kind of done the same thing. Just saying. The redneck in me was like, shit, this is just cream and mushroom soup. I just made it from scratch. But
no, our challenge was everything that we came up with was like, oh, you got to be eaten hot. How are we going to transfer it? That was how are we going to rest that?
Yeah.
The French fries, how are we going to make it crisp, by the time we get there and then have to leave, and then the ice cream profiteroles.
Yeah. So
I'm like, oh my God. I was like, everything we thought about has to be like eaten now.
Yeah.
Or has to be hot.
It was a challenge.
Quite reheat.
Yeah. It was challenging. It was really fun.
Anyway.
It was intense, but it was really fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. What the fuck else are we doing?
Are we doing nothing else?
Doing anything. We're just sitting around with our thumbs in our asses constantly.
Yeah, that's why I curl my hair today, because Kylie curled my hair. So
I almost did that because my mother-in-law, I have so much hair to curl, but my mother-in-law gave me the Dyson,
yeah, you got that?
My mother-in-law gave it to
the dryer or the curler?
It is a multi-tool.
Yeah.
It has a dryer and has 3 different size rods that you curl. Different size brushes. It's like a $500.
That's like a 300. Yeah, it's like $300 to $500.
Yeah. So she gave it to all 3 of us. So not to Bert, but to all 3 women.
You mean 3 machines?
No, we gave one.
Oh,
3 of us.
Okay, yeah.
So
I thought you each got one.
Night I was like, maybe I'll just do my hair. I could see my hair being like this. Oh. Maybe I'll wait till I'm not doing this to dry it. What else are we doing? I'd be into doing something for New Year's Eve. Ladies.
We're doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly. We've got nothing going on.
Yeah.
So,
and Eric's like, what are we going to cook? I'm like, we've done so much cooking.
I know.
Over the past.
I know. Should we order?
You want some fried rice?
We just finished the fried rice.
I know. I do.
My kids ate all of it. They loved it.
That crispy pork was delicious, by the way.
Mm-hmm, it was.
Yes, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
That was really, really good. I was actually going to order the whole entire pig. If we were all together, I was going to do the whole pig.
Oh, yeah.
And but then because Tom's like, well, we have to chop it up anyway, and we're all not together. So what's the point? Just drop off the pork.
It was delicious.
It's so sad. I miss the whole Christmas Eve. My kids are really, really sad this year.
Yeah.
About just the tradition is, we had a tradition going, and then we don't have that. Mm-hmm. So the kids are begging me. That's all they wanted to do is see the campers for New Year's or something for this whole holiday. She said, when can we get together? When?
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that. We were talking about that too. We were wondering, if we could go over to our new house that has a huge yard, like Bert said, set up 4 tents. Each family's in their tent, not whole tent, but like a pop-up. Mm-hmm. And that's where you stay. And how can we do that? Because my kids feel the same way. Georgia Christmas Eve was like, I just want to be with the campers. That's all they've ever done. So it's really hard. And it's hard to say no. It sucks to say no for fucking 9 months straight.
I know, right?
Just no.
They're getting grounded for nothing.
Not for no reason.
Yeah.
But it's like, can I see my friend? No. And you're like,
no.
Fuck, I feel like such a shitty parent. Like, why would I say no to that? And I would never say no normally, but it's just exhausting to constantly be like, sorry, you can't do that, you know?
And go ahead.
Sorry, I will say, like, the really nice thing is, like, on Christmas Eve when we were sitting down, we were eating, they were like reminiscing about our past Christmas Eves. Remember when we'd call Santa and Santa would talk to us, and we're like, yeah, we remember. And so like they're remembering those stories and, Joey stories and just like random stuff that you never even think they pay attention to, but they actually do. Yeah. And so that was nice to hear that they were remembering those good times that we had. And like it does mean a lot to them to do that. So that was nice to hear that they really do appreciate it, even though, it doesn't seem like it at the time, maybe because it's just they're going through the motions, but it definitely does have an impact on them.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that like some version of the kids stayed on that like Secret Santa FaceTime for a while. Like I was surprised, like all of the parents were gone and some of those kids were still on that FaceTime for a while.
One from each household.
Which was sweet, yeah.
One from each household stayed. Georgia stayed. Isla came and went. I think Lily stayed.
Max
stayed.
Did not.
And Sydney stayed. Yeah. They stayed there for a long time.
Yeah.
Because for those people listening, on Christmas Eve, we FaceTimed and the kids opened their Secret Santa gifts kind of sort of the way we do it in my living room. Just kind of whoever goes first gives the gift to the next person or something. I don't know. They have
they wait, how does it work? I forget. They guess who gave them their Secret Santa and whoever gave it to them goes next. Is that how it works?
That's right.
Right?
That's
right. So it's like the youngest person goes first and then they get their gift and then the next, whoever gave it to them, like goes next.
Right.
Look at Kylie's pouring me champagne.
Oh, Kylie.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Let's put this. Thank you.
I have to turn my heater down. It's super hot in here.
No, don't leave it here, honey. Put it back in the ice bucket. Thank you. Child labor.
Bert turned the heater on for me. It's 83 degrees in here. I wore a sweatshirt thinking I'd be cold because we don't have like real heat out here. It's just a little.
All right. So what are we doing for New Year's Eve?
Zoom.
We're gonna bring in this new year. Oh my God. Please.
I don't know.
This is like really, really like.
Well, I'm making black eyed peas and collard greens and cornbread on New Year's Day. I always do. So I was said to Bert on Christmas Eve, I guess I'm going to do the same thing and just deliver to everybody's houses because you guys always eat that with me every New Year's Day. So, Bert was like, fuck that. Let's just go over to the new house and do it outside. And everybody just be outside. It'd be socially distanced outside. But I don't know. 16 people. It's a lot of people. But I don't know. We're pretty locked down. We're not seeing anybody. How about you guys?
We can all test again. I mean, we were in our pod. We were tested, with his mom here and his brother. We all got tested like we did for Thanksgiving. And then same here. And then
you got tested before Christmas or after?
Yeah.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, before anybody can gather.
Yeah.
Some of them did rapid testing. Some of us did regular testing. And then we're going to probably test again if we're going to leave our pot again. Mm-hmm. So they're going to leave tomorrow. And then if we gather with you guys, we will test again.
Right. We got tested Sunday too.
So
we had a little.
Yeah, we just need to kind of continuing until we get the vaccine. But good old times. But I think I have hope for the future. I keep telling the kids that I think things will get back to normal in a couple months, hopefully.
I think by the summer.
I think it's going to be longer than that. Yeah.
I think it's going to be the summer.
Try to give them a little bit of a false hope, but not false hope, but
something to look forward to, right?
Look forward to it, that this will end.
It will.
Yeah.
It will.
It would end because I think it's, for them, they're like, can we just see our friends? That's all they want. It's just to hang out. It is the holidays for them too. It's like they're tired of us.
They are. Georgia is still going over to our other house every day by herself. She's taking one dog and going over there with a dog. And yesterday, her aunts gave her a paint by numbers kit for Christmas. She did the whole paint by numbers kit yesterday over there. She decided to make a What's a paint by numbers kit? It's like you get like a canvas that has a sketch on it, and there's a little number in each piece of the sketch, and a number correlates to a color of paint.
Oh, okay.
Like number 2 is pink, so everything that's number 2, you paint pink. Oh, Bert's computer is not plugged up and it's about to die. Let me plug it up. Okay. No extension cord. That's not good. Let me text Bert to come help me. So she did that yesterday. And then today she went over there and just made ramen, like from scratch. She was like, can I just go over there and make ramen? It's like, you can make ramen here. And she went, yeah, I just want to go over there. She just needs to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I got to text Bert. He took my extension cord and he unplugged his computer, and my computer's about to die. Can you bring me an extension cord? Computer about.
Lynn, are you guys still going to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we debated about it a lot. We're getting tested on Thursday, and we're like, you know what? The numbers are better over there. We're getting tested. Everything's outdoors anyways. We're like, even if we're just sitting on the beach, we need a change of. I mean, I know it's not like the cool thing to do is to like travel, but I mean, there's other things like we have to take into consideration. Our kids are just besides themselves.
Yeah,
they're so depressed.
I agree.
Carter doesn't get out of bed. Like they would not get out of bed at all if I did not say, you've got to get out of bed. You got to get out of bed. Like Sonia, I don't think she owns, you would think she doesn't own any other clothes in her pajamas. She's never outside her pajamas. Carter's, like the Secret Santa dinner, perfect example. 6 o'clock, he's in his bed asleep. And it's like, God, you have to do something. There's nothing to do, but you have to get up. So Eric and I were just like, fuck it. We're just going to go. Even if we don't do anything, we just sit on a beach.
Yeah.
It just changes scenery.
What does the new return to LA thing do? Nothing really, right? It's like 10 days of quarantine.
Yeah. Where are we going to go anyways?
Right.
Or
Which we're doing anyway.
You just quarantine at home?
Yeah. Like when you come back from Hawaii?
There's a new rule as of today, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
yes.
But I think it's as of today, you have to quarantine. Anyone coming into LA has to quarantine for 10 days.
Yeah. Even if I were to go to Northern California and came back, I'd have to quarantine for 10 days.
Oh, it's an LA County thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Travel.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
But it was like that. Like a few weeks ago when I went up to Northern California because my grandmother, Santa Clara, I flew into San Jose. So Santa Clara County had a 14-day quarantine. Like you can't get a hotel room in Santa Clara County. It was 14 days.
Oh,
so
really?
Santa Clara County has been doing that for a while, and now LA is doing it.
Yeah.
So we'll come back and we'll get tested. We'll quarantine for 10 days because no one's going anywhere anyways.
I mean, exactly. You're quarantining anyway. Already.
Yeah.
That's the hard part is you feel like you're in a bubble. If we're in a bubble and you're in a bubble, why can't our bubbles combine and give our kids a little relief? Yeah. There's part of me that feels that way.
Yeah.
There's part of me that goes, well, I mean, I'm not seeing anybody. I haven't seen another person, since Christmas Day that doesn't live in my house. I haven't been anywhere. I haven't even seen, there's no one working at my construction site. I mean, I haven't seen anybody. I haven't been to the grocery store. I'm having stuff delivered. So if that's the case, then why can't we have a minute of normalcy because of your mental health? It's so hard on it's not just hard on the kids. I was in a foul mood today, a foul mood. And I am never in a bad mood. And today I was like stinky beyond stinky. And I couldn't get myself out of it. And at a certain point in the day, I was like, I'm not shaking this off. I can be in a bad mood for like an hour and then I kind of shake it off. I was in a bad mood all day today. And I guess at about 4:00, I went, this is because I haven't seen anybody. I've been just with my family who I love, but I haven't seen you guys. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't had those, we have such a good time when we're together, our 4 families. And Kylie is calling me or texting me quite often. And I miss your kids. I miss seeing your kids, not just you, but I really miss your kids. And I think today it just kind of backed up on me and I just couldn't shake it off. I was just foul all day. Like just really foul is not a great word, I guess.
I know, because Cathy is like asking me and then it's like, I keep telling her the same thing. And I think that's why she's reaching out to you, thinking you would change the answer to what I'm telling her.
Right? Because it usually, at my household, is usually the one that changes the answer, Bert Kreischer.
And I'm like, no, honey, we can't, it's just.
She's texting me and telling me she misses me.
Aww.
Not I miss your kids. Not I miss Georgia. I think she's texting them. Maybe not Isla. Isla doesn't respond to anybody's text, so everybody gave up on her except for Lil. So, but I'm sure she's probably texting Georgia, but she's texting me saying, when can I see you? And I think now we're in a whole new level. When you're missing a parent, you're in bad shape, right? I mean, it's one thing to miss my kids, but to miss me or Bert, then you're in real bad shape, My kids are the same as yours, Lynn. Both your kids are Isla. Georgia's not having as hard a time. She's keeping herself busy, like with her paint by numbers, and she's making this quilt, and she's decided to.
She can drive.
She can drive, but she's also said, I'm going to make funky, wacko stuffed animals for all my friends. So she's got my sewing machine out of the attic. She's never used a sewing machine before. She has no idea what she's doing. And she just started making these like alien, no joke, alien looking stuffed animals out of felt. And then it felt in like she's either sewing them with a machine or with embroidery thread and dropping them off on the doorstep of her friends. And that's making her feel so good.
That's cute.
And she's done that all on her own. She's kept herself really in a good space. Mm-hmm. But Isla, man, literally 3:00 the other day. I did not get her out of bed at 3. And at 4, 3.
Wow.
And at 4, she's sitting on the couch going, wait, it's getting dark? I just got up. Yes, I've been trying to wake you up since noon. And you would not get up. And I mean, like, it's like you see it in her face. She's comatose. It's not even like she's making the decision to stay asleep. She can't wake up. It's bizarre. She's not eating. Like, she eats 1 meal a day. And I will offer her everything from junk food to mango, to like carrots, to pizza, and 1 meal a day. That's all we get in her.
I mean, there's nothing, they're not doing anything to burn the food off. It's like we have really nothing to do.
She's so
bad for them.
She's a skinny mini. No one is responding to my SOS about my power needs. So I'm going to text a child and see if I get
That's what I did. I asked Tom to refill my glass and he didn't respond. But I asked Kylie right there. She responded.
Gotta go to the right source.
Right? They're always on their device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can order Chinese food and party on New Year's Eve. That's what
I'd be into that. Mr. FOMO in there is going to be pissed if we without Mr. FOMO, but hey, he has his own
party. Bad.
I know.
Too bad.
2 bears, 1 cave. Georgia, where's your charger? Need extension cord. Help me. I texted, I need help.
Well, we can all.
That's what I texted. I need help. I need help. And George goes, where's your charger?
We can do it all outside and just kind of get the kids to kind of socially distance.
Well, think about this. When this first happened, our first get together was in our backyard. And we set the chairs. We measured them 6 feet apart. And we set them in a circle, 6 feet apart. There was a circle for kids and there was a circle for adults. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. It was under the big elm tree. And it was probably in April or May.
No, it was later than that. Yeah.
It was a while because we quarantined for a long time. Yeah. And we were like, we're going to do it. This is how we have to do it. Right. And that's what we did.
I don't know, like looking back though, we were so careful and the numbers were so like nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True, as another fact.
Like, I don't know.
Well, the key is, I don't know if we have this, I guess we'll know in the next couple of days if we do have the new strain of virus in LA. That is the key, the more contagious one. I think all my friends in London have COVID. All my friends.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They're all done. The whole household, they all have them. They said the whole Notting Hill in London, they all have it.
Oh, no.
But it's already here in the U.S. Yeah. So, I mean, it stands to reason.
Well, we don't know that yet. Is it?
Yeah, I thought there was a case where it was here in the U.S.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where in the U.S.?
I can't remember, but there is.
In L.A.
I don't remember, but I feel like LA is such a hotspot right now. It would be foolish to think that it's not here.
Yes, true.
You know,
LA is a hotspot, isn't it?
I know. It is all of a sudden.
I know 3 people in the last 7 days who got it. 3 people.
It's terrible.
It's crazy. But you know what? The 3 people I knew had one knock on wood. If I get it, I hope I get this. One day where they felt like they had the flu. And after that, they just kind of felt a little run down, a little like they had a cold and tired. Like if they didn't sleep enough, they felt worse. So they just made sure they slept, but didn't the symptoms of like the chills or the diarrhea or the whatever was one day. So I'm hoping if any of us get it, I mean, I've had the flu before and it was a lot longer than one day. So, and they were all 3 of them were like, it was like the flu. For one day, I felt terrible.
I'm gonna find out. Do you know your blood type?
I'm A negative.
I don't know mine.
Hi, Lincoln.
No.
Can I have a hug?
Here he comes.
So cute. Oh my God.
Let's say hi to everybody.
Hi,
Lincoln.
Say good night.
You're such a big boy.
You are so big, Lincoln.
So big.
Say bye-bye. Blow them a kiss. Blow them a kiss. Blow them.
I can't wait to see.
Oh my God. Look at that smile.
I know.
Oh my God.
You
so delicious.
Oh, you don't want to go? What do you want? You want to see them? Lincoln, let's go read Pig. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Kylie's going to help you read.
Okay, Cathy's going to read to you. How fun.
Kylie is such a great babysitter.
She is.
Kylie is such a great babysitter. She is. She's so good with them.
You're there for a long time. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the kids, my girls were like, please stay, please.
Oh, sweet.
That is.
Because it's actually, it's great to have him. We get up in the morning and I forget how much work it is, guys.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And thank God that it's the pandemic. We have nothing. It's actually a great distraction. Yeah. The girls are so good. And they're like, he's just so cute. Yeah. And I was like, no, it's been great. And we play games when he goes to sleep now. We've been playing categories and Uno. I got into a big fight with my husband last night.
Imagine.
About what game? Uno or categories?
Uno. He is so fucking competitive.
is he, but you are not.
Right.
Yeah.
The minute you pull up to the table, you go, where's the money? How much money you put on this? What's the money? Who got
I did.
20 bucks, 20 bucks?
I asked them. I said, let's all put $1 in. Whoever wins the Uno, and it takes the $5. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. And then because the new Uno cards we got has the wild, but then it also has a blank where you write in your wild card.
Ooh.
You can make up your rules.
Nice.
That was the problem.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Must make French food to play.
No.
Wait a minute. How is that any different than an actual wild?
Oh, so he's like +4. Okay. Oh, the +8, +16. Reverse green. And then he did some other shit to it. And I'm like, okay, now you lost me. He said, now back to you. He got so competitive with me.
Funny is that
he walked away. And even the kids were like, Dad, you're being a little bit like, I mean, what's the point?
Mom, I'm so surprised.
So guess how many fucking cards I have to draw? Get
32. 32.
Yes. That's exactly
what. 32?
Yep. Then within that 32 cards, Leanne, with that 32 cards, I got another card that has, I don't know if you guys have the new Uno rules.
No.
That you can shuffle. You put you have the card, it says like, put shuffle card. So you put all your cards back into it and then you shuffle. So we didn't know that there's this new card. So the other day, Uncle Al, he played that card when he said Uno. And then we looked up the rules. So next thing you know, we shuffle all the cards and we dealt all the cards evenly. So we end up with 9 cards.
Oh my God.
He said, what the fuck was that? So now we know to play that card in the beginning. When you have too much card, everybody bring in their card and shuffle again.
Right. That's cool though.
Are you sure you're reading the rules correctly?
Yes. Believe me, we were all reading it in Chinese. But seriously.
Oh, the rules are in Chinese?
No. I was just kidding. But
no, she just read the Chinese version.
He got really upset with me, and we got into a kind of a fight.
Over Uno.
Yes. Yeah, Lily's like, Dad, you really don't need to go there with Mom. She's going to take this 32 fucking cards.
How funny.
Ass.
I am not surprised.
Yeah, and then categories, don't get me started with that.
I love that game.
Wait, is there a new version of categories too? Or is it just the old version?
It's the old version, but believe me. Who's competitive? Yes. We have to, yes, we have to have a panel of judges. You should be taking notes, Lynn, on this game.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, like we have rulings about it. We rule to see who's going to give them the point. It's
and you just got bumped up from lawyer to judge.
Yeah, judge and jury and executioner. All three.
It is so dumb. It's so dumb. But we're playing again tonight.
That's awesome.
I'm going to get his.
It's good you've had 4 glasses of champagne. You should definitely play right now.
You should. Just body slam Tom Hayes.
It's going to go well.
It's going to go very well.
It's going to go really well.
So you know what we've been doing, which is kind of cool? There's a series on Netflix called Movies That Define Us, I think it's called. Do you guys know about this series? It's a little documentary about a movie. And so far we've watched Home Alone. So it's kind of like how the movie got made.
Oh, I heard about that.
And the scene stuff. So we're watching that and then watching the movie. So we go, oh, that's cool. And we've watched Home Alone and Die Hard. And what's the other one we watched? Home Alone and then Die Hard. And then we watched one more. I can't think what it is. But tomorrow we're watching Dirty Dancing. What's up? I got the cord. Georgia did it. Georgia brought me a cord. You never responded, so I called in the backup. Were you sleeping?
Nope, it's up there. I moved it up there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, babe.
Okay.
Slacker, Sandy said. He has been out of his mind about COVID. because of our 3 friends who came up positive. He just came in with one arm out of the sleeve.
Baby on.
Like this, which means he's been obsessively checking his blood pressure.
Oh God.
He checks his blood pressure every 15 minutes. Do you think this makes your blood pressure go up or down?
Is this a sign of COVID that your blood pressure has changed?
It's anxiety.
Okay, yeah, I'm aware, but how is this helping with the COVID management?
It's I don't know. It is so counterproductive to anxiety management.
Yeah.
That I don't even know. I can't help the guy.
What are you drinking, Cathy? Cathy.
That's so good.
Ooh, I love that.
I have a bottle of that in my fridge.
It's actually really good. Yes.
Yeah. And what about Lynn? What are you drinking, Lynn?
Oh, I had wine. I'm out.
Well, text somebody to fill her up.
I was like, Lynn stopped. I clearly did not.
Right. I have this.
I actually was, Lynn, I wanted to make an old-fashioned the other day.
Yeah, well, we made cocktails. We would have dropped one off of you.
Cocktails. Let me tell you what I gave Bert for Christmas. That is fucking awesome. It's called a Bartesian. Do you know what this item is?
No.
Is it legal?
It is legal.
Okay.
It's on Oprah's favorite things list, which I shop every Christmas for Bert because he buys everything he wants and he's really hard to shop for. So it's a machine, right? Kind of like a Keurig, like coffee machine.
Oh, yes. I know what this is.
You know what this is? It's amazing. You have 4 glass bottles that you fill with vodka, one with gin, one with rum, one with tequila, and you turn them upside down and they give you these little pods that look like coffee pods.
Mm-hmm.
That makes old fashions, margaritas, daiquiris, Tom Collins, Long Island iced tea, like any mixed drink you can think of. You buy the little pod and the alcohol's in the little reservoirs, put the pod in and push the drink that it has a barcode on the pod. So when you put the pod in the machine, it knows what drink you want and it will tell you what glass. Up glass.
That's cool.
Highball, lowball, if you add ice or not. If you add a shaker.
What about mixers?
Shaken.
It's in the pod.
It's in the pot.
Oh, it's in the pot. Got it.
So the liquor is in the reservoir and the mixer is in the pod. And so you put the pod in and you do what it tells you, like a lowball with ice. And we made margaritas and they were fucking awesome. So we bought this like variety kit. We were thinking the next time the campers were together, we would try it out because they have all different kinds of drinks in it. It was really good. I was really impressed.
So cool. You have to add the alcohol?
Well, the alcohol, they have these like big jars that you fill with your own alcohol. So say you like Maker's Mark instead of Jameson. You put that in your reservoir and it just stays in the little reservoir. So we have Tito's in the vodka and we have, I don't remember what the gin is. And we have, rum in the rum. And then when you put the pot in there, it just puts the right alcohol in. It makes your drink. It's amazing.
What about ice?
You provide the ice.
Okay.
So, and it'll tell you if this drink needs ice or if it needs to be shaken, and it will tell you what glass to serve it in. It's cool as crap.
How much is it?
Like $300.
Oh, that's kind of a lot. I can shake myself.
But it was pretty cool.
Oh.
It's hard to buy him a gift. He's so hard to buy a gift for. I bought him that and a hatchet. I was like, what do I have? A Bartesian and a hatchet. And he loved both. And I bought him all the accoutrements to have Winston Churchill's breakfast in bed. That's all he wanted was.
Wait, what is his breakfast in bed?
He wants to celebrate Winston Churchill Day, which is January 24th, by having breakfast the way that Winston Churchill had breakfast, which was in bed on a tray with toast in the toast caddy, jelly in a crystal jelly jar, butter in a crystal butter dish. So I went on Etsy and bought all these crystal items to recreate and he had a cigar in bed. So he wanted a crystal cigar ashtray.
Oh my goodness.
To go on this tray so I could serve him breakfast in bed on Winston Churchill Day.
Wait, did he use the bell that I gave him?
That bell has been buried in the yard. That bell was the bane of my existence. Sandy gave him a bell. And it sat on his nightstand. And he rang that fucking bell. And I held it up his ass. I hated that bell. He has been relieved of the bell. That bell, when you gave it to him, did you see my face when you gave it to him? I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Every day, the week later, Leanne's like, fuck you. Why the fuck did you give him the bell? You fuck.
Give him a bell. He already lays in bed and goes, Lynn.
I just thought the bell would help. It's like the bell would help.
The bell does not help. You think he rings it once gently and then puts it down? No, he rings it till I show up. It'll be 15 minutes he's ringing the bell. I took it away from him.
I'm so sorry, Leanne. When I saw that,
wait, though. It was not only a bell, it was a bell with a bottle opener on it. Who does this to my alcoholic husband? Who?
Sandy.
I was like, what are you doing?
I thought that was the best gift. I thought that was the best gift.
For him, it was. For me, it was the worst gift on the planet. You obviously know who you love more. It's not me.
Oh, no.
Have you ladies seen this bell? Have you seen this bell?
No.
I have seen the bell.
I think you were there when the bell was presented.
Oh, my God. I think the bell needs to come out for Winston Churchill.
I was so excited about that gift. I gave him so early. I was going to give it to him for his birthday, but I just came back from, I think I bought it in Sweden. And I was so excited. I just gave it to him when I saw him. I was like, here you go.
My eyeballs were throwing daggers like this. Sandy, how could you do this to me?
The next day, Leanne sends me, you fucking bitch.
Fuck you with your fucking bell. You can ring my bell with my ass.
You ring my bell.
The worst.
Anyway, that was really fun. Sorry, Leanne.
It was fun for you guys.
Yeah.
I literally
Where's that bell?
It was like, this is over. You can stop ringing the bell now. And he's laughing. It's really funny. Rings it for days and days. And then the bell just says,
I love that bell.
Oh my God. It's on my desk, actually. It's not buried. It's on my desk, which is sort of like being buried because my desk is always
Are you guys ready to play?
They're ready to play the game.
Sandy has to go place categories.
Yeah. There's money on the line.
Yes.
Thank you, Lou. That's Lily. Now say hi to Lily.
Hi,
Lily.
Girl.
Oh, Lily.
Okay, so Kylie got me champagne. Lincoln got me champagne. Now Lily.
Play flavor.
Halston,
So-
isn't he?
What?
He's getting engaged with Halston. I just realized he's not here.
He's listening.
Oh, okay.
It's like Sandy's never done this before.
Seriously.
I just didn't see him. I just saw the logo. I just
Why for the
I don't know why I didn't see him.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's omnipotent.
The game is going to go well tonight.
Right? You're going to win.
I'm gonna.
Can I write my
gonna,
categories words in Cantonese?
Right.
guys,
Champagne.
maybe you guys can be like zooming with me while I'm playing categories.
I am
Be like,
excellent at categories. I whoop some ass at that game.
So Tom has been beating us. Like he's been like beating us a
I'm
lot.
so good when I don't actually play.
You don't like categories?
No, I love categories, but I'm so much better when I'm watching. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a word for everything. And then when I'm playing, I completely blank.
Too much pressure.
Too much
Lynn,
pressure.
played this game ever?
No.
Oh, it's
Lynn
so
would be
fun.
good. Lynn would be so.
Lynn would be.
Lynn would be too.
good.
Don't play with Sandy.
Oh, I'm aware.
Take your money.
No, I'm aware. She does it all the time.
Although you took all my money in a freaking Mammoth, Lynn. Lynn took all my money in Mammoth playing.
Play well.
That was beginner's luck.
Rummy
Cube.
Rummy Cube, yeah.
Took all my money.
love
I won
Rummy Cube.
0. I lost all my money mostly to Lynn.
That was like the first time I've ever played that game.
Oh, if you want to win,
You won a lot.
Yeah, no, if you want to play with money and win money. Oh, thanks, Lou. Play Rummy Cube with Leanne. Okay, she gave me raspberry.
I lose everything for money.
For Rummy Cube.
I have never won. I've won $5 total playing Rummy Cube. That's it. But when there's no money involved, I win all the time.
Wait, you think we can play Rummy Cube via Zoom? Via Zoom?
That would be hard.
Yeah, I don't know if that's possible.
What if they have a digital?
I bet they do, right? They must.
They must have something like that. We should figure that out.
That would be so fun.
I love that game.
That's really fun.
Although it's called Rummy Cube, not Rummy Cube. Just so you know. I know. I looked at one day. I was like, "Huh? I think it's Rummy Cube." And I was listening to Sandy say Rummy Cube this whole time. Oh, I think it's Rummy Cube because it is rummy with cubes. Okay, it's Rummy Cube. Okay, never mind.
Why would you listen to me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to introduce me to the game.
If we've learned nothing, it is not to listen to you.
I clearly haven't. So, I bought this thing I want to tell you about. I know we should wrap this up so you can go play games. From Beauty Counter. Have you guys got their lip polish?
Wait, is that the scrub?
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, I had it.
You didn't like it?
No, I had it, but I just have never ordered again. I went to that one party and then never ordered again.
Drop it off for me.
Love this shit. What'd you say?
Drop it off for her.
Do what for her?
Drop it off.
Drop it off for you? Oh, I'll be right there.
No, but Cathy, if she's not using hers, she only use it a few times.
No, I love it. Actually, I've actually had a couple of different versions of that, and it's awesome.
It's amazing, right?
My lips chap all the time, and it splits right here every winter, all the time. I don't know why, in this one spot, and that stuff is great.
It's awesome. It has sugar in it, and it scrubs your lips.
Yeah,
it gets all kinds of oil
it's
in
like an exfoliant almost.
It's amazing.
Really cool.
I just bought it, and I was like, "This shit's the bomb." I'm going to tell you guys about it tonight. And then the other thing, in really great news, my dog's in heat.
Oh, I saw.
That sounds
so.
terrible.
Can I put a deposit on a massive puppy? If you guys
don't want
one,
you're all getting one. Happy Valentine's Day.
No.
No, I have been so stressed about this because I took my dog to the vet last week to get her fixed. The breeder had recommended we wait, as long as we could so that we made sure she was fully grown, because for giant breed dogs, their hormones directly affect the development of their joints, which is why Priscilla had so many knee problems, because we got her fixed at 6 months. So we let her have one cycle of heat before we had Mac. We got Mac, and I was like, all right, we got to get her fixed before our next cycle of heat. We take her into the vet. The vet finds she has an irregular heartbeat. So he doesn't want to put her under to give her a hysterectomy. So he's like, I want to run some tests and figure out what's going on with her. He might be shystering me, Sandy. What do you think?
I'm so scared. He needed to
maybe finish Christmas.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, finish his remodel.
Something, because I'm like, the same thing happened to Sandy.
Same thing. Same.
Same vet.
Wait, same doctor.
Same
problem.
Same.
3 heartbeats instead of 2.
Same.
Got to figure out what's going on.
What do you mean 3 heartbeats instead of 2?
Instead of da-dun.
Oh, got it. So it's got it. Like she's not pregnant already.
It's like this.
Shut your mouth, Cathy Fromkin. Shut your mouth. No.
Kathy, it's like this. Money. Money.
I understand that. Okay.
Ching. So he says, I want to do a chest x-ray. If that's inconclusive, I want to do an echocardiogram. So he was like, he said, to be honest with you, this is what I always ask him. what would you do if this were your dog? And he tells me. So this goes, if this were my dog, I would not put her under until I figure out what's going on with her heart. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, ching. Ching, ching. Thank God for pet insurance. I was like, okay. Well, she's not really supposed to go into heat until like mid to late January. So I have a little time. I was fucking wrong. I was totally fucking wrong. So this was last week. They did the chest x-ray. Nothing's wrong with her chest from the x-ray. So he wants to do this echocardiogram. So he said, I'm going to have to call him. Right? And I said, call me on Monday and I'll tell you his next available appointment. And I said, well, listen, my dog's going to go in heat now. I got another puppy that I can't have fixed yet who's a male. So I've got to get her fixed. Like I got to get her fixed before she goes in heat. Yes, we will call. We will call. Call me Monday. I will tell you when we can have an appointment. January 25th. What's today? December 28th? A month. I called back and I was like, I think my dog just went into heat. She's having like some discharge. And my other dog is trying very hard to hook up with her.
That's like shit.
Incessantly trying to hook up with her. And I was like, I'm pretty sure if she's not in heat, she's going into heat. So can we get this echocardiogram like now? Can I take her somewhere else? There's got to be somewhere here that has one like on.
Wait, she's not in heat yet.
Well, I came in.
You see the blood.
On Saturday, she had a milky discharge from her vagina.
Yeah.
But nothing since then. No blood, no dripping. But Mac is like, ooh, mamacita. Every time he sees her, he's like, and the lipstick is out. Like lipstick is fully rolled out. And I'm like, dude, put the lipstick back in. So I'm like, seriously? I was trying to get this done before this. I don't want puppies. I am not someone who believes in just having puppies. I was trying to get her fully developed before we got her fixed.
Okay, this may be a stupid question, but does that go for Mac too? Like he has to be fully developed so his joints don't. Okay, got it.
Any large breed.
You can't like circumvent the problem by going to have Mac fixed right now.
Can you put a condom in him?
Yeah, she can do that, Sandy.
I was going to ask if you could come over and put a condom on my dog. Would you please come over and just put a condom on him? Just slide it right over.
I'm just going to say, I don't feel my question is so stupid right now.
No, I'm Bert. Oh, you and Bert are the same person because Bert goes, can we just take him in the backyard and jerk him off? And I was like, you can do that, but I will not be jerking off my dog. I might be traumatized if I jerk off my fucking dog. No. And even if you jerk him off, that doesn't mean fucking anything. You emptied the gun for 15 minutes. You're going to jerk him off again? Come on. No, we're not doing that. We're just going to keep them separated. So like yesterday, Georgia took Izzy to the new house and kept her there all day. Today, I took Mac to the new house and kept him there all day. And I called the vet back. I was like, I cannot fucking wait until January 25th to get this ultrasound. So he magically got it for next Monday. Now.
Money.
Money, money.
Oh my God.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Oh my
God. He's like, I need the money now.
Right? You know, January 25th is too long for me to wait for my money.
Oh, yeah. Pay off my credit card for all the Christmas stuff. All the Christmas gifts.
Can you believe this fucking dog goes into heat? I was doing my best.
That's too bad.
What does that say about my karma? Really? What does it say about my karma?
Nothing.
What it says is don't play Uno with Tom Hayslip. Right? Is that what it says? Mm-hmm. Can you believe
that may be a sign.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to think about New Year's Eve.
Let's all think about New Year's.
What you got, Sandy? Bring it on.
I can order a whole pig to
Do you
celebrate.
still have
Do you remember last time we roasted a pig at your house? That was so long ago.
It was a long time.
Yes, I still have the cajachina.
You do?
So fun.
That shit was
that was really fun, right? That was
fun.
What's also awesome at your house is Korean barbecue when we just put those little things up and look, that's so much fun.
We bought one of those little Korean barbecue things, and every time we make it, my kids are like, it's not as good as Sandy's. I'm like, we buy it at the same fucking market. How is it not as good? It's not as good as Sandy's. Okay.
Oh,
go to fucking Sandy's house.
I have the same problem.
Yeah.
Whereas Isla said the other day, I said, Isla, you're not eating enough. And she said, well, I haven't been to Sandy's in a long time. You know, everything Sandy eats, I eat everything Sandy eats. And I'm like, your dad is an excellent cook. I mean, I am not a great cook. I am an adequate cook. Bert made a Wagyu tomahawk steak tonight. That was one of the best things I've ever had. And she was like, I haven't been to Sandy's in a while. And, every time I go to Sandy's, I eat everything she cooks. I like everything Sandy cooks. So Sandy,
the thing is like the kids are so tired of our own cooking. My kids are not eating. Lily's like, it's the same old thing that you make. I need something different.
I think you're probably right.
Christmas Eve.
You know what? I feel the same way.
I was like so happy. Yeah, me too. I was like, oh my God. They're like, oh my God, it's somebody else's food.
I know Kylie sent me a picture of her 2 days after Christmas eating chicken fried steak. And I was like, I didn't even think Kylie ate my chicken fried steak.
No, they were like, oh my God, it's not what my mom would make.
I know. And Isla's eating my chicken fried steak going, this is my favorite meal. And you know what happens on Christmas Eve is I don't get to see anybody eat anything.
We should
try. So I don't know who eats that.
Here,
or who
pause,
doesn't,
Leanne.
because I'm so busy.
Leanne, pause.
I don't see any. What'd you say?
Pause, Leanne.
I'm paused?
Yeah, you were.
What happened?
You were glitching out pretty bad there.
I was?
It was really funny because you were like, and anyway.
It's still glitchy?
Sandy's reaction was great.
Don't edit that out. Don't edit that out.
Don't worry. Why do I look like this? Oh. Can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, cheers. I've been drinking a lot, guys. I gotta slow down.
I
no idea.
The whole bottle by myself.
Me too.
Lynn, you're really coming up short. I am. Because, so Eric comes to me at 4 o'clock today and he's like, because he's going to make cookies. We haven't had enough fucking cookies in the house. He goes, and he tried to make it and it just didn't work out. He's like, so since we don't have any sweets in the house, you want a drink? I'm like, it's 4 o'clock.
Wait, did you get lucky?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It's 4 o'clock, Sandy.
Oh, wait, did he get lucky?
No. No one got lucky.
So I have a question because this has been a predicament in my house because kids are home. We have sex when kids are in school. Kids are never in school.
Yeah.
And they are up until 1 o'clock in the morning. And I am not quiet during that. So we have just been it's been non-existent. Is that happening at your houses?
No, we have sex in the morning before kids are up.
That's because you're a morning bird. I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
I'm a nighttime baby.
Steven needs to be woken up and then he goes back to sleep. He needs to take care of shit in the morning or it doesn't happen.
Or it's not happening.
It's not happening. Yeah.
It's not happening as much as in my house either. And I think it's because we're all home all the time. I'm very aware that people are walking around my house and that people are I'm very self-conscious about it. We also live in a really small house. I mean, your house, my bedroom's separated from my kids' room, but I'm very aware that are right there through the door. And so,
my husband doesn't seem to be there.
What'd you say, Sandy?
Sorry. We're making porn, so I don't know.
Are you? Pornza. Multiple pornza.
You know who lives across the street from me?
I know, an expert in the field. An expert in the field of pornography. Yes.
Just like your neighbor, Leanne. Your new neighbor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my new neighbor. He just does a lot of research. Sandy's neighbor has hands-on experience. My neighbor just does a lot of research. A lot of research.
Oh my God.
I was just thinking that the other day. I was like, wow, our like time together is gone because we like the kids would go to school and then I'd get back in the bed and then we'd hang out, not just have sex, but just hang out and like spend time together. When my kids are here all day, I find myself more aware of them and not wanting them to feel uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Are we going too long?
Yeah.
We need to go.
Yeah, they're waiting for me to play the game.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I gotta
Good
beat
luck.
their fucking ass.
You can go. I'll keep talking.
I'm gonna beat their ass. I'm just like
Do it.
I feel it, Sandy. You got it. You got this.
Good luck.
I'm gonna text you guys for the when we're playing categories.
For some backup.
I'm just gonna say B, N, or like the letter. I'm gonna say that and just shoot words like
Shoot to any word. It doesn't matter if it goes.
Because then it'll be too much for me to text you guys like what each category is. Just shoot like any word starting with N or M or something like that.
Blowjob.
Bitches.
Blowjob.
Blowjob. Bunion. Burger.
It's gonna go well. It's gonna go very well. Yes.
Right. Like that.
If only you could have this like in Sandy's game.
Right.
It would be funny.
Okay, and then poor child, and then she's like, I'm leaving it blank. And Tom said, well, I think we should make a new rule for her. We can do it in Vietnamese as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm like, well, then we don't know the word.
Only she knows if it's wrong. So she can totally cheat, but Chow would never cheat.
No.
It's going really well here, but only if we're playing for money. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever you guys want.
I don't give a fuck.
They don't want to play for money. I don't understand why.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all your money.
That's exactly what Tom said. But
yeah,
not really.
She just needs to feel like she's winning it.
Exactly.
Maybe you're more related to your mother than you know.
No tip.
No tip. She does.
No tip.
She was yes.
No tip. All right. That's really fun, guys. I gotta go pee again. Can you believe it?
Sandy.
I have to pee.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
Sorry. All right, let's talk about New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. We'll figure it out. Or New Year's Day.
Okay, don't talk shit about me while I'm
Promise.
We're totally talking shit about you.
Promise.
I'm not sure I'm hearing you correctly. My apologies.
Sherry's talking shit about you.
Siri was.
I'm not sure I'm hearing you currently either.
I got this new phone. I don't know how to use it.
You have a new phone?
Guys.
Bye.
Yes, I got a new phone right there.
And it has the right amount of storage.
Yes. A new phone.
Nice. Congrats.
Love you guys.
Bye, Sandy.
Bye.
Bye.
Have fun playing Uno.
Or categories. Oh my God.
Are you leaving? What are you doing?
I don't know how.
Staying? Are you going?
She had to figure it out.
All right. So am I the only one having this issue?
No.
Which issue?
You're having this issue too, Lynn, of people being home.
Yeah. I never know who's up. I never know who's asleep. I never know where anyone is.
Personally, I don't mean to get too personal, but personally, I can't relax.
Yeah.
Like there's no relaxing in this. I'm like listening. Now I'm listening to see if two dogs are fucking in the other room. This morning I was like, are they fucking too? Are they fucking also? What's going on here? Yesterday was our anniversary and I was like, there's no action happening today. I'm so sorry. Our kids are so excited that it's our anniversary. They've been with us. I was up till 1:30 in the morning before motherfuckers went to bed. And I was like, I'm not having sex now. I'm done. I'm so tired.
So, but the problem is, like, I don't know if it's in your household, but in my household, my husband's like, it's 1:00. The kids are in their room. They'll never notice. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Okay, good.
There's no way on the planet that this is happening at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Same. Okay, thank you. Same.
But like his mentality is like, they'll just never know. I'm like, what do you mean? It's the middle of the day. They could walk in. They could I don't know. Like, it just seems like a terrible idea. So
I agree.
7 a.m. is a better call because they're definitely not awake at 7 a.m.
Right. I mean,
or is my husband, but that's another story.
I mean, I don't want you to talk about this if anybody doesn't want to, but this has been a little bit bothering me where I go, I'm not some big crazy sex kitten by any means, but we had sex like once a week at least. And now I'm finding we're going a week or two. And I'm like, it's just because there is not that. I feel like my kids are out marathoning me. Like they're staying up so late that I can't stay up that late anymore. I can't stay up till 1 and then have sex. I can't. And they're still awake.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, I'm so tired from staying up so late that I can't. I'm a night owl naturally. I am not a morning lark like you are, Cathy. I'm a night owl. And I naturally would stay up till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning until I had kids. And then I had to adjust that when I had small children. But now that we're all on this funky schedule, I'm up the same time as my kids are, which means I'm asleep at the same times as my kids. But we would connect when they would go to school. And they're not going to school.
Yeah.
And Bert's not, Bert's leaving and coming home made it more an urgent matter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to get this done in this day or it's not happening for 2 weeks. But now I don't have that urgent matter. And I'm finding that days and days and days are going by and it's starting to make me feel sad.
There's no schedule. There's no normalcy. So like my kids, like you said, like, I'll go on and Carter will be like at 1 o'clock in the morning playing with Max, doing their video games or whatever. And like last night, perfect example, like it was when the whole thunder and everything.
Yeah.
They just walk right in the room. Like because Carter's like, what's going on? I'm like, it's a storm. Like, why are you asking me? Like, I'm hearing the same thing you are. But, they just, there's no regular sleep schedule. There's no regular, any schedule. So you never really, like Cathy said, like you're never like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they could come out. Like they probably won't, but what if they do?
What if they do? Exactly.
So you can't relax. There's no, I'm literally listening when it's not very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Very perfunctory. I'm like, let's just get it over with so I can relieve myself of being worried that my 16-year-old is going to walk in on us. It's different if an 8-year-old walks in, you can kind of explain it. But when a 16-year-old walks in, you're like, oh my God, I'm also grossed out. I am also grossed out now. I know you're grossed out, but I am also. It's such a weird place to be. I don't know.
It is weird. And like, the frustrating part is literally he does not see it that way.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard part. You're like, how do you not understand that that's a possibility?
No, mine does see it that way.
Oh, mine does not at all.
Yeah.
Mine does. But he also does say, let's go in the garage and close the door and lean you over a box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, pass. How about this? There's nothing interesting about the dirty fucking garage. No. No, I mean, it was just something different, something fun for you.
Right. Like that's the thing. It's all about like, you can get your rocks off that way, but like, that's not fun. That's not something I'm enjoying or want to do.
Not really. No. I know for our anniversary, he was like, what would you like? I said, to be honest with you, I'd like to spend a night in a hotel with you. That's what I would like. A night in a hotel where there's no dogs, no kids, nobody listening, nobody creeping outside the door where you're worried that someone's listening to you. That's what I would like. But we can't do that. So I'll see you in the morning at 7 when no one's awake and the dogs are still scratching at our door. And I'm still worried that the dogs are fucking and impregnating people outside my door. But I don't know. That really bummed me out this week. I don't know why. That is another thing that had me in a foul mood. Not that I'm this big sex goddess that needs sex.
No, probably because it's your anniversary.
But that, and it's like, I feel like a marriage doesn't involve children. Do you know what I mean? Children are part of your marriage.
It's separate from your children.
Yes, a marriage is separate from your children. And so there's no separation. I feel like we can't get any separation. And when kids go to school, you have a little separation. Even if your husband's at work and you're home alone, you can still call someone on the phone and have a dirty conversation with them, even if you wanted to, or even a romantic conversation. But I feel like not that I can't speak romantically to my husband, but my kids get really like, oh my God, all freaked out when you start getting all schmoopy. And not that I really care about that either, but it's just different. I don't like this shift. And it hasn't bothered me until like now. I mean, it's been
so long.
Yeah. So long.
It's been so long. When the first thing started, you're like, okay, this is cool. Like it's fun. We're all home alone. I have to get my power card. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's kind of fun. We're playing games. We're day drinking. But now it's like, this is, month 9.
Yeah.
It's so tiresome.
Right. You're like, we can get through this. No big deal. We can make it happen. And then you're like, fuck, when the hell is this going to end?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
Yeah.
And now that whole like, woohoo, we can do this attitude was when things were so calm in retrospect. Like, obviously we didn't know that at that moment.
Yeah.
But now looking back and looking at where we are right now, you're like, oh my God. We were so naive, blissful, whatever,
Yeah.
So it's harder to be positive when it's this bleak looking outside.
I agree.
Yeah. And it's also like, it's coming to the realization that the kids they're not going to go back to school this year.
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Isn't that terrible?
It's
I keep trying so hard to be positive, but like, I'm fucking lying to them. Mm-hmm. Like, Biden has 100 days. His 100-day plan is to get you back in school. Like, who the hell are we kidding? It's not happening. It's just not.
I've been pretty frank with my kids.
I have been too, but it sucks.
It does suck. I'm like, you'll start in the fall. And if you start before then, bonus. But I really think you're going to start back in the fall.
Right.
And so
my kids don't even believe that at this point. They're like, we're not even going back next year. And I'm like, no, please.
I think they will. I think they will.
I think they will too, but they don't think that.
What my kids keep asking me is, can the campers go to our ADU and all go to school together in our ADU? Mind you, how many different schools are there? My kids are in.
That'd be the most realistic plan, but it's good intentioned.
My kids are in one school. Cathy's kids are in one school. Lynn's kids are in 2 schools.
Right.
Jason's kids are, so it's 5 different schools in one roof. But Georgia and Isla both keep asking me, can they all just come here? Because then we could have recess together. And then not really, because they don't all have the same schedule. But
none of that makes sense. But I get the mentality.
It has made a huge difference in my kids to just go over there and go to school. And I think they want that for everybody else, for all your kids to come over and be out of your home is such a big deal. Just to get out of your home environment and to be kind of on your own.
And to connect. It is so important. I was saying this earlier. Lynn and I were talking about Girl Scouts. And, they're so pushing this cookie thing. And it's like, why are we not pushing the, mental health? These girls need to connect with one another. That is so important at this point. And they're just severely lacking in connection. It sucks.
It's been kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. I can't even believe they're considering boothing for cookies.
Oh, fuck Girl Scouts. I'm sorry, but I'm so pissed with that organization right now.
Yeah. When I got your email and I was like, seriously, boothing? We are not supposed to go out our front door. How are we going to sell cookies? And the last thing girls want to do is be on the computer again doing another thing.
Agreed. That's why we said do what you want. Do whatever you want. What you think you can do.
Mad. Like,
and
here's this organization
that's fine. I don't.
That could be so helpful to girls in this time. And like, here we are is fucking pushing cookies. I'm sorry. But like, it makes me so mad.
It's the wrong focus.
It's the wrong message.
It's the wrong focus. The
I
focus
love Girl Scouts, but man, sometimes they just fucking miss the mark.
I agree. Sometimes they miss the mark. And this is one of the times they're really, and, like Cathy said earlier, they rely on cookie sales to run their programs, to fund girls who can't afford to be in Girl Scouts, to run their camps. I get it. They need cookie money.
Yes.
I get that. But I don't know if now's the time. Now may not be the time.
Especially like girls are struggling. Girls, boys, every kid is struggling right now, especially in LA, because we don't have the option to go to school. Like I know other parts of the country have some sort of in-person learning.
Yeah.
Kids don't have that. And it is so obvious that they're struggling because they don't have that. Like, I just feel like we could do so much more for them. And it sucks that we're not.
It's just,
I know even this weekend, it was Maggie's birthday. So we like our big outing was literally getting in our car, driving 2 blocks and just doing that. But it was nice because, I mean, they had kids there. There were other kids there, and we just drove by and we said hi and, gave her a little present or whatever. But it was nice just to kind of even see some other kid other than her brother.
Yeah. Right.
For like literally a minute that we were like stopped in front of our house, but they're just Sydney. I'm like, maybe she needs to go on meds. I mean, Carter, he may need to change his med. It's just there's no hope in sight. I will say his school has been doing lacrosse, which I'm really conflicted about because they're good. They go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 5:45. Like they blocked it off. So like there's only 10 kids practicing at a time and they're just really conditioning. They're not, no touching, no whatever. And they probably, I don't know if they should or shouldn't be doing that, but I'm like, well, he's got to do something. He's got to get out of the house because he's not. And he's just sitting in his room on the computer. Like he's like, oh, I really want this game because I guess Max got this new game, whatever they're playing. And we're like, really? We're going to get him another fucking game? But then the same thing is like the only connection he has is playing video games. So yeah, we're going to get it for him so that he can have that.
Right.
It's really hard.
Call, isn't it? You're like, I want you playing lacrosse, but should I really let you go out there in public? Like it's such a hard decision. Like, which was more important, their physical health or their mental health? And on every day, I don't know which is more important.
Well, to be honest with you, it's not their physical health to be concerned with. It's the physical health of the people they live with, because most kids their age have a very mild case, don't have any real problems with this virus. It's Lenore, who you live with.
That's true. But then like I'm the psycho parent who fucking reads way too much news, and I should not, and reads the news about the teenage kid who has no pre-existing conditions who dies of COVID. And you're like, fuck.
Such a small percentage.
It is such a small percentage. Tiny, absolutely.
And you don't want that to be your kid, but statistically, there's part of faith you have to say that's just so very unlikely. The problem is, Lenore, is that you live with your mother-in-law who's 80. And that's the problem, is your exposure, it affects her directly. I mean, with all this exposure that we experienced directly this week, our concern was we were with Bert's parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that was Bert's concern. Bert believed he was dying with a negative diagnosis, with a negative test and another negative test. He believed he was dying. But my concern, who doesn't have anxiety, was that we were with Al and Gigi, and that we would affect them. Like, I really believe, and maybe this is naive, but I believe if I get it, I'll be okay. I don't want it, I know there's a risk that that's probably not true, but most likely I'll be okay. It's Al and Gigi, my dad, and PJ and Lenore and Connie and all, that's who you worry about.
So I will tell you. So the other day, yesterday, actually, Lenore wasn't feeling well. Like she just had stomach issues. She just was not feeling well. Like no fever, like no real COVID symptoms whatsoever, but was not feeling well. So Stephen's outside sharpening his knives on his new whetstone. He's very excited about this.
Does he like his whetstone?
He loves it. For 2 days, he's been obsessed with learning how to do this. He's watched numerous videos. It's been 6 hours. Max walks in. He goes, dude, how long are you going to be doing this? Like, whatever.
So I gave him a whetstone for Christmas, Lynn.
Yes. Okay. So he's outside with a fire and a cigar and drinking, which may be a bad problem when you're sharpening knives, but that's another story. So Lenore comes out and she's like, I'm just not feeling well, like stomach issues, whatever. And Stephen goes, can you do me a favor? Can you just take a step back? And she like starts crying. You don't want me. And we're like, wait a minute. This isn't about like a mental, like, so how do we balance her mental health? She's about to be 80 in a couple of months. And she really feels like we're personally rejecting her. And it's like, no. Like if for whatever reason, God forbid, you have this, you are going to need to be separate from us, period. End of story. You have your own house. Granted, it's 40 steps away in our backyard, but like you're still going to need to be separate. And for her, it was emotionally devastating. When Stephen was just like, listen, I'm not asking you to leave. I'm just asking you to take a step back just in case. Like super precautious.
Because Stephen has serious asthma.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephen has the kind of asthma that kids died from as a kid. He doesn't have like Bert has asthma, but it's allergy induced and it's really manageable. But Stephen's is not like that, right? No. Bert doesn't have
like this is the thing, like I don't want to talk about, but like if Stephen gets this is a game changer for our family. Like without a doubt. Like, and I'm terrified because of that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to think about it. I don't want to go there. I want to be as safe as possible. But then his mother, who, God love her, just is in a different world. She's like
the right age. She gets her hair done, right?
Ralph's is having a sale today, so I'm going to go there. Vaughn's is having a different sale tomorrow. I'm going to go there. I'm like, why the fuck are you going to the supermarket every day? You're like one person in your house, like fucking Instacart it for you.
Right.
And she just cannot, she can't function on that world. So literally yesterday when he was like, can you just take a step back? Tears. And you're like, crap. It's like, what do we do? Yeah. How do you balance her mental health? And like, and granted, it was not any sort of COVID symptom, but
was it not? Do we really know?
We don't. I mean, I don't really think it was, but regardless, like, I don't want to take that chance either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very stressful these days.
It's very stressful. It's very crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know what to do with my two little nuggets that are home either.
Yeah.
It's just fucking bad. I wonder what is worse, the mental and developmental arrested development that's happening for our kids, or the life-threatening virus. What is worse, risking that or what we're creating by a kid that doesn't get up till 3, who eats one meal a day?
Yeah.
One meal. I can't get her to eat more than one meal a day. And I'm giving her everything. Swedish fish. How about some Swedish fish? Anything. Just put some food in your body.
Yeah. I went to Wendy's today just to get them to eat. I mean, and I made a decision. I'm no longer going on Facebook because I'm so tired of people like making judgments about like, however you do quarantine is however you feel safe for your family, for your situation.
Totally.
I'm trying not to judge anyone, and I'm sure people are, judging me, like for going to Hawaii. It was a really tough decision, but I also am balancing the mental health of my child who, just less than a year ago said he didn't want to be here anymore. And he was so sad and depressed, and we've gotten, mental help, and we are on medications to make sure like we can balance all that. And it's very hard. So, we made the decision, we're going to risk it because it's something we have to get him and Sydney out of their rooms. We have to get them doing something, even if it's just sitting on the beach and watching the waves come in. That's something. It's just a change of pace that we need for our mental health. And, people are like, whatever, fuck your mental health. This is more than that. And it's like, it is.
Who says that? Someone really say that?
No, not to me personally, but like on Facebook and all. Like Facebook is just a very toxic place. And so I was like, we're not going to post anything. We're just going to go. We're going to be unplugged, and we're just going to do this because it's what we need to do. Because our mental health, there's a line that crosses to your physical health.
Totally.
And we're at that. We're at that, and it's a combination of environment because of the situation that we're in now. And it's just, he has a mental component that they're depressed and he's on medication, and we're going to do it because that's what we need to do. We're being safe for as much as we can. We're wearing masks. We're not going out. We canceled all our family Hanukkah celebrations, Christmas celebrations. We haven't done anything this whole time, which is taken a toll to right now where we really need to do something.
It's hard. It's hard too to have people judge you. And, it goes the other way too, where I listen to my family back in Georgia who are just getting together.
Yeah.
Kind of like normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I've heard from someone else who lives in our hometown that it's pretty rampant there. That my cousin, who has a long-term life-ending condition, just had it. And it wasn't that bad. So what's the big deal? And I go, but the big deal is, for one of you, it could mean death.
Yeah.
Are you really going to do that for a chicken fried steak and a biscuit on Christmas Eve?
I just had this similar conversation with my mom. I was
You
like,
did?
why the hell are you going over to her brother's house? Like the family's getting together. I'm like, why are you going? Well, it's going to be short. You're going to be inside. You're in fucking Maine. It's cold. Like you're not opening windows. Like you're going to be inside.
Short doesn't matter.
Long story short. So she ends up going over on Christmas Eve. One of my cousin's spouses is super like diligent and is like, I'm not coming unless everyone wears a mask. So everyone has a mask on. She apparently is there for 10 minutes and then leaves without saying goodbye. This is my mother's version, so God only knows what really happened. But then my cousin was like, okay, well, she's not here. Everyone take off your mask. Everyone took off their fucking mask. I was like, oh my God. My mom, also about to be 80. My uncle, almost 90. His wife, 87. I was like, oh, okay. Like, what am I going to do? Like I've said to them blue in the face, this is a bad idea. Don't go.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing, And I'm like, so I'm going to like sit on pins and needles for the next 14 days, like waiting for someone to keel over. Like this fucking sucks. What is wrong with people?
It does suck.
But,
not everybody thinks about this the same. Not everybody believes.
Clearly not.
And I think, the positive and the negative of living in the United States is this. This country was built on freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of action, as long as it's within the context of the law. And that's what we built our whole philosophy of democracy on. And what we agreed upon as a society is freedom. Freedom is one of the most important things to this country. And that means different things to different people. And that's part of freedom also, is that it means different things to different people. As long as it's within the context of the law, then it's okay. to think differently. And I actually think that's wonderful. However, it is very difficult in this moment to be that way because you go, Science, though, science is kind of fact-based. Science is based on research, numbers, math, concrete evidence. Science says you should be wearing a mask and 6 feet apart. That's what science says. Science says these people are at high risk because of their age. So that to me, but how do you regulate that within the context of the government that we've agreed to be a part of? Lynn, lawyer, how do you do that?
I mean, you can't. People are going to do what they're going to do.
You can't. And part of me goes, yeah. Because what's the alternative? Is that we are not free, that we can't think freely, that we can't have different beliefs and different religions and different attitudes and different opinions. You know, as polarized as our country has been with Me Too and Black Lives Matter and all these wonderful movements that are positive in so many ways. Part of what makes our country great is there are opposing opinions to those arguments. And that makes you think broadly. I think, that's my opinion, is that those things make you think broadly about things if you allow yourself to think broadly. And I think it's ridiculous to think that it's okay as an 80-year-old to go to a 90-year-old's house and not wear a mask. I think that's fucking retarded. I mean, sorry to use the word retarded, but it's stupid. But I mean, that's their right.
It is their right. And then, they throw in the whole mental health thing. She's like, but my brother really wants me to be there.
And I need to be there.
He's fucking 90. Like, do you say no to a 90-year-old? Like, yes.
And by the way, she wants to be there as well.
She absolutely does.
100%.
Yes. And I don't know. I don't know how to balance what's right and what's wrong. As much as I say it's wrong and I say don't go, she went anyway. We'll see what it is,
It's really hard. I know my dad was telling me about his Christmas experience and I'm going, oh my God. Oh my God. And you don't come see me because of what?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. I mean, I'm on the phone with you going, you should not come to California. However, you just saw like 45 members of our family in a basement.
Yes. Yeah.
There are no windows in a basement. I mean, nothing's going nowhere in a fucking basement.
Yeah. My mom's argument is there's 232 cases in Maine. It's like, well, that's good because they're definitely not coming to Lewiston. Definitely. You're clear.
Sure. They can't buy the ticket to leave.
Like, I don't even know what to say. Okay.
But they will get there because they're in Bowden, Georgia, population 1,600.
Yeah.
They're there. They'll get there. That's the problem is that they will get there. Yeah. I talked to my dad's second wife, who I'm still really close to. And she's like, it's everywhere. They have a house in town and then they have a house in the mountains. And she was like, my husband and I have just moved to the mountains. We don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. We go to the grocery store. We go back home. And we're just going to stay in the mountains until this blows over. And we can stay there for years because there's a grocery store right down the street. And that's really all you need. And I'm like, that's the fucking way you do it. Yeah. Is you go, you know what? I'm just going to hunker down. I'm just going to get through it because they're in the age group where it matters. For the most part, not entirely, but for the most part, we're in the age group where we will get through it. For the most part. Stephen it may be a different story, but most people in our 40s and 30s and 50s are going to be okay. It's really the older people and the people like Stephen who have real serious asthma that you have to go, wait a minute, this is not. You guys need to really hunker down. The rest of us will party without you, Fromkins.
We'll zoom in. That's it.
We're going to have Nutella. We're going to have pecan pie. We're having spinach salad with pine nuts. I mean, it's going to be nut.
Yes. You should definitely do that when we're not there.
It's going to be a nut festival. Whatever you got.
Or just Chinese New Year, depending on who you are.
Same, depending. Anyway, well, I can say this. You guys are very important for my mental health. The conversations we have on the phone, this podcast, the occasional FaceTime call, the goofy Secret Santa dinner that we did is so important to my mental health. You guys are my family. You're not just my friends. You're my family. And to be isolated and still know you have family, it is really important. So I appreciate you guys so much for how we're going through this together. You know, I would like to think either one of you, and Sandy too, could call me anytime and say, I'm struggling today. And this is why. And I don't need an answer. I just need to complain. You know, sometimes that is such a good part of mental health. I did it to Cathy today. Cathy called me about some of the Girl Scouts, and I was like, let me tell you what's going on in my house. I got a dog in heat. I got a husband in anxiety. I fucking hate everybody. And she, poor unsuspecting Cathy, was just calling me about cookie sales. You know, and I was like, and here you go. Blah, vomit. And Cathy, as Cathy usually is, was very gracious and very kind and listened and supportive. And I got off the phone and I was like, thank God for my friends, because I could do the same thing to Lynn. I could do the same thing to Sandy. And I would like to think that the three of you could do that to me. Just call and go, I'm done today. You know what? I'm done. If you have friends that you can do that with, you're wealthy in more ways than money could ever provide. You know?
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's the hardest thing is that we're geographically so close, but we can't see each other.
Yeah.
And it's hard because we're not used to that.
Yeah.
We're, you know, and that's what's so hard. And like, just, you know, this month has been really hard because we have all the things that we usually do. It really kind of kicks off come, you know, Halloween. Like Halloween just kind of boom, and we're just doing all these fun things that we've done for years and the kids really look forward to. And it just wasn't the same this year. I mean, we did the best that we could under the circumstances, but, you know, I missed Halloween, like where we're walking through all the streets and we don't even know where the kids are because they're ending up at this house or this house, but we know that they're safe because we know everyone in our neighborhood and we know, you know, someone's going to see them and someone's, you know, going to take care of them or whatever. And, you know, then Thanksgiving, we didn't have our leftover luncheon. And it's so many of these little things that we look forward to every year. It's a big impact because it's the holidays. And like you said, Leanne, like my family's in Northern California. It's not very far, but I haven't seen them. I mean, I saw them for a few hours at my grandmother's funeral, for lack of a better word, but it wasn't even that. But it's just really hard, and to not see your family and to not see you guys and to not do the things that we're used to. And it's just really hard. And so like when I broke my ankle, I was like, I can't even go out of the house now. Like I can't even go on my dog walks because I can't walk because I broke my ankle. And so that kind of set it off right before, like was a week before Halloween that I broke my ankle. And I was like, that's kind of been depressing, but like I said, we're all making the best of it. So
we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the silver lining to all of this, if we can take a second, is, I don't know, to be so grateful for the fact that we have all of this stuff. Like, while it sucked this year, like we've had this for a number of years. We've had Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like all of that. You know what I mean? Like, and as much as I miss that, maybe that's like a good reminder for all of us and for all of our kids to be like, you know what? Like, you can't take this shit for granted. It's not always going to be there. And you should appreciate how much you have. Like, you're so blessed. Mm-hmm. You know, our kids are so fucking lucky. And I don't, much as I say that, sometimes I don't think they realize it.
No, they don't.
Maybe this is a good reminder. I don't know.
To use Tom Hayslip's term, maybe it's a leveler.
It's a leveler. Yeah.
It's a good leveler to go, look what you have.
Right.
Look how much you appreciate each other. Especially the kids. The kids, I think some of the kids have really thought, this group of kids means a lot to me. Georgia definitely has felt that since this has happened. Is like the campers mean a lot to her. I think they mean a lot to Isla too. Isla just doesn't talk about it as much. Georgia talks about it. I just want to be with the campers, not with Carter, not with Lily, not with one or the other, with the whole group, right? The camper kids. So maybe that is what this part of what we can take away. Maybe you're right, Cathy, is that we can take away how much we can stop and appreciate. We haven't always all gotten along. The adults haven't always all gotten along, and the kids haven't always all gotten along. We've always had bumps here and there. But really, at the end of the day, so does everybody. What family doesn't have bumps? We're like a family. We really are. And even if we don't always get along, we are like a family. All 4 of our families are families to each other. And that's super special. And I credit myself for all of it.
You just turned into Bert right there. Holy shit. What the hell just happened?
Oh, Bert.
I'm the president secretively.
You just
I'll tell you the truth. No, I'll tell you the truth. This is the truth. I grew up with this same exact dynamic with families that I wasn't related to, but were my family. This is what my daddy had my whole childhood. And all those kids, I just got a text from one of those kids the other day that said, do you remember pulling 6 feet of bubble tape out of my mouth at the Braves game? And I was like, I do remember pulling 6 feet of bubble tape. He put 6 fucking feet of bubble tape in his mouth.
Wait, I'm sorry. That sounds like Carter.
It's someone, exactly. Where I go, I have recreated the dynamic I grew up in. Now, obviously, I didn't really create it by myself. But I find it fascinating that I grew up with my dad with several sets of friends who were couples who had kids the same age, who did everything together. We went camping, we went fishing, we did everything together. And I've kind of found myself in that same dynamic with 4 families who do a lot of stuff together. Maybe not everything, but pretty damn close. I mean, if Bert's in town, he demands that we're is a demand. So yeah, I do credit myself for it, really. I have manifested and recreated what I experienced.
Where the hell is Sandy when you need her?
Right?
Take you down a notch or two.
No, it's not you, Leanne. It's me.
No.
I did it, Leanne. Anyway. Well, thank you for drinking and podcasting. This is a long podcast. How long is this? I don't even know what time it is.
It's 10:43.
It's a long one, but it is going to come out New Year's Eve. And I have to say, I got so many emails from people saying they love our Secret Santa meal idea. One lady told me they decided to do that with her family for Christmas Day.
That's so funny. I was talking to another friend of ours who was like, how the hell are you guys not like on social media promoting this? Like people love this idea. They need to connect during this. Like this is such a fucking brilliant idea.
It is brilliant.
I was like, okay, well, feel free to steal it. Like I don't know what to say, but like to have at it.
Well, yeah, this one lady was like, my entire family is adopting this idea. We're going to do it from now on Christmas morning for breakfast.
They should. It's such a brilliant idea. It was so super fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Don't choose French food. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't tell Sandy how brilliant she was for coming up with it. Please. Her head is big enough as it is. And barely get it to the door. Between her and Bert, those two, oh my God, same person. Can you believe Bert is really a 5 foot tall Asian woman?
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Or can you believe a 5 foot Asian person's really Bert?
I guess so. Touche, Lynn. Anyway, I love you guys. I miss you so much. I can't wait till we can hang out again in person.
That will be so nice. Yeah.
I know.
Well, Happy New Year.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk before that.
Yeah.
No, but people will be watching this on New Year's Eve. So happy.
True.
Oh, Happy New Year. Cheers.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Everybody listening. Thanks for coming every week. All right. I love you guys. Have a good
Love
night.
you too.
All right.
Thank
Good
you
night.
too.
Love you guys.
Good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.